Welcome, everybody, to the Get Bit podcast for blurs, for nerds. If you have a fandom, you are most certainly welcome here. We are your hosts, the most, myself, Spartan, Show Guy Joe, Tafara TV. Gentlemen, we have made it to the weekend. How are we feeling?
I'm all right. Actually, hasn't been too crazy of a week for me, so I'm chill.
Nice. Joe, what say you, sir?
I had more sleep and less to do than last week, but still got to keep going.
Can't argue that, as my camera decided that right as we go live, it wants to freeze. Lovely. So, with that being said, guys, as you can see, we are a little on the leveled up side, so we do try to watch our language on the show, but words do fly. At the same time, guys, we do show movies and video game trailers that might be too intense for younger viewers, so viewer discretion is advised. Aside from that, welcome. So, a bit of a lull in the world of pretty much gaming and everything else, but we do actually have some trailers looking forward to. One trailer in particular, John Bernthald's The Punisher, because we knew that special was coming, and we just now got an exclusive look at it. This, if you haven't already seen it, is basically Marvel's Punisher, One Last Kill.
Special presentation.
Hey, Frank. How you doing, brother? Talk to me. Tell me what's going on.
Think God's gonna forgive us for the things we've done? I'm not sure about me. But you ain't got a fucking chance. That's all you got? That's all you got? That's all you got?
Well, I probably should have said because the Punisher viewer discretion is advised, but let's be honest, it's a Punisher. You already knew this was coming. So, as far I did say, this is a Marvel special presentation of the Punisher One Last Kill. Does stream on May the 12th. I'm already sold because number one, what I did not know is that the main character, John Bernthald, actually written it.
Yeah, he wrote and produced on this one.
So this is interesting, considering the fact that he is very, very protective of Frank Castle, of his character, which again I highly respect. But to know that he actually written this and produced it, it makes it special. At the same time, I got Dirty Laundry vibes from it. I really, truly did. But again, I'm not knocking it because Thomas Jane, in my opinion, was also a great Punisher as well. But yeah, he's, and correct me if I'm wrong, and this is just my interpretation, I'm gonna toss it to you guys. It looks like he's talking to, he's talking to dead men, actually, obviously, but it looks like he's talking to people from his old unit, because it looks like he's trying to take it from a wounded war veteran kind of thing, where he's talking to former soldiers. So it's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna leave it at that, just because again, I'm not disappointed. I am not disappointed with any reiteration of the Punisher at this point. So I'm gonna leave it at that. But what say y'all?
I think the person talking to him is his buddy from the Punisher show, right? The one who was doing like the military therapy sessions and whatnot. Who we haven't seen him in a minute, but like I remember that was the guy who I think that's kind of what kicked off one of the plots, right? Like one of the people that Frank had to like go against was like he kind of got like he was a radical, but he used to attend his like therapy sessions or something like that.
I want to say yes, but it's been so long since I watched The Punisher. I can't say it for certain.
I think that was his friend who had the peg leg.
Yeah, the black guy with the peg. Like, yeah, you're right.
Which also I feel like that's like Mephisto, because why is he all of a sudden talking crazy to him like you ain't got a chance and all this, and like it's and then what's the Geiger, like the radiation counter ticking noises while he.
See, that makes me think about, because they are doing the Punisher. They are doing the Punisher from a. It's almost like they are kind of retconning him to where he's a former Iraqi or Afghanistan vet. So that's what makes me think the Geiger counters, that would be IED detection. So, and plus he's kind of seeing everybody as an enemy, kind of seeing himself as almost seeing himself as an enemy especially when he's passing by the school bus. So that makes me think he's kind of, he's obviously shell shocked too. So
yeah,
that just adds to it. But again, that's like I'm down. I can't think of anything else I can say beyond that. Oh, hey, Bama, roll tide. So it's just the whole idea of just how they're doing this, because again, I know we talked about Marvel overdoing it on trailers. This needs to be it. Don't explain it. I'm like, don't try to explain one last kill. Don't try to give us another trailer. Let it be this. And then let's just wait till May 12th, because I'd rather be speculating. I would rather just be in anticipation. I just hope they don't trailer this to death. That's just me.
I mean, it comes out in a couple of weeks, so I think that's all we're getting.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm also curious because I feel like Frank conquered his demons up until a point. Last time we saw him, up until wherever he's going through in Daredevil, like we've seen, he shaved his face. He's like, all right, I'm back at the saddle because shit's crazy. Yeah. But then also, what is happening with the brawl and the dirt bikes in mid daylight in the middle of Wilson Fisk's Mini America? Like,
see, that's what makes me think that this is. I don't want to say it's current. This makes me think that it's a prequel, because if they're trying to. Go ahead.
I'll say, you think so?
Only reason I say that is because this is a more unhinged Frank. The Frank we knew, at least the impression that we were getting from the presentation was that he's going to go after the cops that basically had a symbol. Hero worshiping a guy, not realizing that he does not care about y'all, that y'all are pretty much what he's against. So that's why I'm sitting there saying that it makes me think it's a prequel, just because he's shell shocked. He's in a room. He has no purpose. He's talking to ghosts. It makes me think that this is just him coming back and just trying to reassemble his life post his family's death. At least that's my guess. Because especially if we're dealing with Wilson Fisk, especially with what's going on in Daredevil Born Again right now, that trailer doesn't add up to what's happening in New York in Hell's Kitchen. That's why I'm saying. To me, it sounds like it's a prequel. But again, just a guess. Just because of how they set that up.
I mean, you guys are more educated. Does Frank pop up in Devil's Reign at all, or what they're doing in Daredevil, or does he have a side arc in this?
Well, in Devil's Reign, he does pop up, but it's only for like assistance in a few scenes. So he does pop up in Devil's Reign. He's bound to pop. He's actually, because of the way Marvel has actually done Daredevil Born Again, he is bound to pop back up. So we probably will see Frank again in Born Again. It's only a matter of time. Yeah,
I think that's the whole idea. I think that's what we're doing, because this comes out right at the end of Daredevil season.
Yeah,
which it feels like. I feel like this is them absorbing Frank into the MCU. Like, I don't think we'll see any more solo work after this. It's just going to be Frank in visiting projects, and I guess this is us getting ready for PG-13 Spider-Man Frank.
Yeah. Pretty much what it is, but again, I'm not knocking it. But Joe, what say you about the Punisher One Last Kill?
Looks fine. Looks like it takes place after Daredevil. I haven't been keeping up with this, so I'll watch it when it comes out.
Okay.
Fair enough. But speaking of things of watching when they come out, because they talk about new consoles all the time, and as if he has been summoned, Mighty Keith actually has a trailer about new consoles. I haven't seen it, so I'm about to be just as surprised as the rest of y'all.
Mighty Keith. Boy, I cannot wait for Grand Theft Auto 6. Hell yeah, brother. I'm getting it day one. Hey, you get your PS5 yet? PS5? Brother, I have a gaming PC. Okay. Acer Predator, if I need to be gaming while I'm not home. Okay. And if I tune settings enough, I could probably even play it on the Steam Deck. PS5. Now, you're probably wondering why there's Fire Emblem on the Steam Deck. Very legally. You do know the game is only launching on console when it comes out, right? We don't know when it's coming to PC. What? Yeah, bro, they have not confirmed when it's coming to PC. Could be a year, could be 2. They wouldn't do that. I mean, GTA 5 came out 13 years ago. The streets are hungry. Well, they're going to be starving a little bit longer unless they got a PS5 or Xbox. I can't miss GTA 6, bro. I can't miss it. I waited long enough. Let me go and get this PS5. Time out. You getting a console right now in today's economy? What are you talking about, bro?
Hello, sir.
Yes?
I'm sorry, but your card has been declined. You can't make this purchase.
What you mean? I got $5,000 on that card.
Well, it costs $5,001. Now call us back when you're less broke.
They hung up. Yeah, I tried to tell you, bro. The game consoles nowadays are very expensive. Hello? Yeah, there must be some mistake. Okay, I'm just trying to get a PS5, and
there's no mistake, Brokey. You don't have the funds to make this purchase.
the PS5's only $500.
Only $500. Hold on. Hey, Josh. Yo. Hey, come listen to this, man. Come here. Sir, could you say what you just said just one more time?
I said the PS5 is $500.
Hey, boy, don't ever call here again, ugly.
These consoles have gone up in price for every version of Xbox, for every version of PlayStation. Oh my God. Bro, online is saying the PS5 Pro costs as much as a mid-level PC now. Yeah, it's getting up there. What happened to consoles being family affordable? My family cannot afford this. Gaming is a rich man's hobby now. I already play Magic the Gathering for that, bro. I can't play games as well. You have to choose between playing life or playing on a console. Oh, I got an idea. Hey, can I sleep on your couch for like 2 months? No, I'm never going to afford a console, bro. If PS5 Pro is $1,000, what is the PS6 going to be? Far more than your broke ass can afford. Damn.
Or that's just crazy.
I mean, to a certain extent, that's what console prices are getting jacked up anyway. But really and truly, who is trying to buy a console right now? I mean, because we did cover this, 2 weeks ago? About the cost of PS5s being over $1,000, that Xbox Series X, an Xbox Series X is almost $800, $900. And I'm just like, who's trying to buy consoles right now in this wonderful, messed up economy that we have? Because I'm sorry, at this point, you might as well stick to gaming PCs. I'm just being honest about that. But what's
if you can bootleg it on your Steam Deck, kind of, maybe not legally, but yes.
Hey, if you made it, nobody's complaining. It's legal. It's only legal if you're brought to court. But I mean, I get what he's saying. It's like, you know, if you paying $1,000 for a PS5, at that point, just go ahead and just spend another $1,000, just get a custom PC. Yeah, I mean, you could refurbish your desktop, Bama, but you know, some desktops got limits, so you kind of got to be careful about that. But
I mean, now that this AI bubble is bursting, RAM prices might return to like what used to be considered normal.
Yeah, Because
at this point, just strip the data. At this point, just put like a checkout at the front of the data centers and let people go pick their own RAM like blueberries. Like at this point.
Oh, well, look, when I used to be at a depot place, they always stripped out the RAM and the hard drives, but they kept the RAM like, oh, we can use this RAM somewhere else. Not in the new ones, you can't. But for everybody else, hey, open season. But again, just hopefully nobody is spending that much money on consoles. At least I hope not, unless you just won the lottery and didn't want to tell nobody. Well, man, it depends. I will say this about your desktop. I will say this because it's kind of been a while since I've built and modded PCs. It depends on your hardware. Now, I will say this just to not to go in the rabbit hole with you. If your desktop is less than 4 years old, you should be able to mod it. If it's 5 or 6 years old, you could probably still find parts. Just might need to do a little bit more finessing. If your desktop is 8 years old or older, I wouldn't even try it. I'm just going to be honest with you. If your desktop is 8 years old or older, I wouldn't try it. Number one, the parts that are out there would be incompatible. You would literally have to switch out your motherboard. You would have to upgrade your video card if you didn't have one. Trust me, it's a lot. If your computer is at least 8 years old, I wouldn't do it. However, I will say this: don't upgrade the PC, just gut it, because those cases I would hold on to, because you can mod the case where it can fit a new motherboard, it can fit a new GPU, it can do another CPU. Depending on if you want to go with an ATX board or EATX or ITX. I know I'm saying a lot of jargon that a lot of people may not know if you never built a PC, but Bama, just long story short, you can gut that PC and really build your own, and just, it's a blank canvas. Do what you want. But yeah, if it's 8 years old or older, wouldn't even try. Just being honest with you. But Digital Circus, because we asked Safari about this, because I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw this, I was like, this is the stuff. This first initial screen was the stuff of nightmares. But for those that don't know, Safari, what is Digital Circus?
Yeah, so Glitch is like this indie animation studio that's gotten really popular in like the last year or so. I think, Joe, you said you have a series of them that you watch too?
Yeah, so they did Metarunner. They're two brothers out of Australia that run an animation studio. Mm-hmm. They did Metarunner, which was kind of like their love for video games. They also did a comedy show called Mario Smosh 64 or something.
Okay.
They're also the studio that is working to do Knights of Galadriel, which was that two women that fix up the totally not Cinderella droid in the Totally Not Disney park. Okay. We looked at that a while ago. It's made by the person who did Owl House and got effed over by Disney, so she went.
Oh, right.
Yeah, they're the ones doing that series.
Gotcha.
I have no idea what this is, but
I've heard it
in general. So
I've heard this name mentioned in passing, but I guess they got a Netflix deal somewhere in the last year. So I was like, let me go ahead and give these 6 episodes or these 7 episodes a watch. Mm-hmm. And I guess episode 7 had just come out, and they're all they drop it just whenever. So then I saw 7, then episode 8. Well, 7, which ends on a crazy cliffhanger, 8, which ends on an even crazier cliffhanger, and then 9, which they're like, hey, we are not trying to drag these series out. We think the circus can be told in one season, and this is going to be our final story. So the circus is basically these people at some point in time put on this VR headset and got sucked into this digital world. There's this AI ringmaster named Kane who sends them on crazy adventures, which we still don't know the purpose, but no one can remember their names. Everybody's given these unique, goofy forms. One person's a rabbit. Pomni, our main character, is a jester, but as the circus goes on, they kind of start discovering little weird things about the circus, like certain people in certain games that they play suddenly are smarter, or certain things actually affect them, or some of them have flashbacks to like the real world life they had outside the circus. They realize like our memories being tampered with. How much control does Kane actually have over us? And the last episode was crazy. Like they basically undid the world to an extent, and also they it's like early 2000s Adult Swim-ish, because like they swear, but Kane doesn't allow them to, so it bleeps every time they say anything or flip each other off. So it's not made for kids, because YouTube recently flagged I think a couple episodes, or like episode 4, and the entire community snapped. Is like, hey, this is not a kid show. Like, it's not obscene, but also stop flagging. Because what I don't like is when you make something for kids, it turns off the comment section, and now all like the little like niche things and like references or like character development things that people point out now just get thrown away, and I don't know if they come back when they turn it off. You also have to fight the system and get it turned off once they auto deem it. It's absolutely stupid. But the circus has gotten like this cult following over the last year. And then also if you lose your mind because you just can't process being trapped in this digital world, you become abstracted. You turn into like this. It's like Missingo it's like the glitch Pokemon from the first generation. You turn into like one of those, and Kane just throws you in the basement, which with the other abstractions. So it's gotten really big, this is the earliest I've ever seen them drop a trailer too between episodes. So the fact they're already promoting the finale and now it's getting a theater run is one great for the world of indie animation, because they're doing this in-house. There's no strings on them. Nobody's like pumping. Nobody's forcing them to do this under a certain timeline. I know there's a lot of people. I don't want to say it's their first gig, but a lot of up and coming voice actors who, this was just a job that they got to try, and it became this big thing that they're known for now. So it's like if you like. Because I was told to come here after Hazbin Hotel, because that kind of started as the same thing. That was like an indie project that got picked up by Amazon. And Hell of a Boss, which is in the same universe, but that one's.
I started watching that. That was funny. That's funny.
That season 2 of Hell of a Boss, that one was actually kind of gut wrenching, man. That Blitzo and I'm blanking on the bird guy's name. That whole story was actually kind of sad. But Hell of a Boss, I know strictly like their whole thing was they wanted to stay on YouTube. So I think the episodes aired on YouTube first and then Amazon after. But it's nice to see that indie animation, especially in the wake of the death of AI, no pun intended, is succeeding. So, trailer for the final episode, man. This show has been. I caught on late, but this show has been fun for these last 3 episodes.
All right. So with that being said, this is the episode 9 trailer finale. Finale trailer for Digital Circus.
Are you sure? That means...
Please, just now? We have nothing.
I don't know what's gonna happen. What do we do now? I really wanted to help. Jax?
Have you ever done something that you regret?
I know it's supposed to be advertising, but the lack of the how they're doing the sound right now, Will would love this because it sounds so menacing.
Oh yeah, but based on how that last episode ended, after what we've been through for this show, Mayhem would absolutely love what they're doing with the sound design right now.
Yeah, he would absolutely bring love because I kept expecting a jump scare. But as you can see, like Tafara said, they are, and they're running with it. That you can literally be able to see the Hour series finale on YouTube and Netflix June 19th of this year. And it looks like they're actually going for a theatrical release.
And surprisingly, it's very local. I'm looking at the website right now. My theater usually gets absolutely nothing near my house. I have, what is it? It says they're doing a 2-week run. We only have 4 days in my theater, but they got a 4 o'clock and a 7 o'clock for Thursday through Sunday. And I'm gonna have to go see one of those.
Still combining episodes 8 and 9 in U.S., Canada, Latam, and Latam, and Japan theaters so far. I mean, hey, kudos to them. I will probably go back. Now, I'm gonna be honest. I've never heard of that until you brought that up. I kind of want to watch the first episode and just see what it's about, because if it's a mind trip, I mean, I'm all down for a mind trip. But I just want to see what it's about and just see where it goes from there, honestly. But yeah, and what really, Bama? And don't hug me, I'm scared.
I mean, if you do like those type of, hey, we're just gonna make something and then it ends up becoming like this cult classic, yes, you would actually like this. Digital Circus you can get through in a day. It's only 8 episodes so far. It's an indie project. It's on YouTube as well as Netflix. But the way they have become, like, you kind of get, it's like one of those decent shows that only have 1 season. And I appreciate the fact that they said, hey, like, we see how big it's gotten. We're not dragging this out. You guys are getting 1 season and we are wrapping this story next. And there's so many theories out there. There's like, all right, are they actually people? Are they just like brain scans? Is there even an outside? Is there even an outside world for them to go home to? Like, what causes people to abstract and lose their minds? Were they ever people in the first place? Is everyone on the show actually dead? Like, there's a lot of wild theories and stuff, and it's fun to have all the speculation before we get this finale and a closing to this chapter of just glitch animation before they move on to their next potential big thing.
It does look cool though. So yeah, I'll probably go back and watch it because I'm just curious my doggone self. But speaking of curious, we are getting a 20th anniversary special of Fairy Tail, and of course, nothing is complete without actually having an animation behind it.
Fairy Tail is 20 years old?
Yep.
I feel like I know nothing about this show, and I feel like it's been over, but I feel like it still keeps going. Like,
it's One Piece, but instead of Devil Fruit, it's kids with dragon powers, and it's on land. That's it.
But did Fairy Tail ever like officially end or no?
Yes. No, it did. It had a definitive end, and then he moved on to Fairy Tail, but in space, which is a different anime. And then when that ended, he moved over to Farm Magia, which is Fairy Tail but farming. And all Fairy Tail is Rave Master but guilds.
Why do I feel like Rave Master deserves so much more? I feel like Rave Master and Mar and the Prince of Tennis, all 3 of them deserved a better run. And Blue Dragon, which I didn't understand at all, but it was still interesting.
Blue Dragon was Dragon Quest, but with genies.
That's what I thought it was. That's what it looked like. But it's even the game played like Final Fantasy.
No, that's what it was. It was Dragon Quest, but you had stands.
Although I will say for Fairy Tail, for it to actually get a 20th anniversary, they said there was some news as far as it being as far as some upcoming stuff, but might as well play us first and then figure out what they're trying to tell us for this one, because it actually has been 20 years since Fairy Tail, which is weird. That still the weird thing about it. But anyway, let's play and see what they're talking about.
Where are you, where you going? Hikari, zenbu atsumete. Kimi no ashita terasu yo. Oh yeah, 聞こえてんのかこの声は。Oh yeah, 枯れたって叫ぶから。Oh yeah, 聞こえるまで君の心が。Oh yeah, oh yeah. 月と太陽のハイタッチ。忘れ物はないですが。 な君がいないと欲しいものさえ見つからないそうに素直に笑顔になれたのは二人寄り添い重ね合った時間があるから Very way going 光全部集めて君の明日照らすよOh yeah 波打ち際に浮かべた感情いつの間にかオレンジさえ白く変わってく季節 Oh yeah 僕ら二人見つめてたレインボー今は思い出の中で七色が雪に変わる不思議だな君が笑うと僕は少しだけ強くなれるんだSnowing こんなに一人震えてる君のそばに寄り添い包み込むこともできずに Very slowly but surely you're walking your way Oh oh hanging there Why 笑うことさえ忘れてた僕に魔法をかけて笑顔一つで全てを変えた君は僕のフェリーのウィン素直に笑顔になれたのは二人寄り添い重ね合った時間があるから Very way you going 光全部集めて君を照らすよ Snowing 素直に笑顔になれたのは君だから君とだったから Snowing 君がくれた光全部集め叫ぶよ Slow fairy Don't say goodbye
So was that a recap of the entire series we just saw?
Pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. So like, was this just like a nice celebration, or are we getting an OVA, or what?
That's what I was looking into, because on the actual website, because this is actually news here, and I was trying to translate this, but because that's character
ranking poll,
and 100 Years Quest, because the 100 Years Quest, I'm still following that. I never actually did finish that off, so I know that still have a while to figure that one out. But it looks like 100 Years Quest, and then it was, let's see if there's anything that can. Oh, this did not do what I wanted to do. Let's see. Short-term intensive serialization decision. Let's see. Start off with. That's not really say anything. So they are doing a new story. Okay, I take it back.
Yeah.
So merger issue to be released on August 5th of this year. A new story that Natsu spins is a must-see. So it looks like they are getting a new story. We are getting a new story.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what it looks like.
If you want to watch it, it has 328 episodes, and only 46 episodes of that is filler.
Okay, I was gonna say, isn't Fairy Tail another one of those forever shows, or at least they felt
I'll be honest.
I think the show that's still going that like keeps dragging is, I think I'm mixing this up with Black Clover.
Yes.
Yeah, Black Clover needs to finish, but Black Clover is actually. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Joe.
That boy just wants to be Magical Hokage and scream, and I can't even make it through the first arc.
No, I will say for Black Clover, that's actually coming back. So I can't.
I thought it was already back, and didn't they pull a One Piece first and switch to seasonal because they just kept having to take these long breaks because they kept burning through?
If it did, I missed it. I didn't think Black Clover was back already.
I just know I saw news that like, yeah, we're gonna stop with the weekly episodes and 50 fillers because.
Okay, so yeah, it won't be until so for Black Clover, it will not start until October this year. So it will return to streaming on Crunchyroll October 2026. No exact date in October, but it's definitely coming then. So we're actually getting the season 2 release date of Black Clover. So yeah, it'll be October of this year. So I'm not knocking it. And again, with this, let's see. It just looks like the Fairy Tail news, because that's why I'm now looking at this. So it looks like we are going to go ahead and get a whole new story with Natsu, which again, I'm not knocking it. Let's see. The latest sequel to the 100-Year Quest will be released on April 9th. So so we are getting some new stuff from Fairy Tail. And like I said, I liked it when it first came out. Like I said before, still need to finish 100 Years Quest. But the fact we are getting a new story, looks like we're getting a new manga. I didn't see anything as far as, let me just make sure about that, because that was new Natsu story. They explained that. And nope, that's not what I want to do. I completely kicked it out. I didn't mean to do that, but all right, my bad. Let's see. Yeah, it says Natsu story. And I don't know if it'll let me, because I was translating it. And then it completely kicked out for a second. Nope. Okay, so that's Prince. So we are being able to get, Prince of Fairy Tail. So we're getting that. Actually, let me just do it this way. So yeah, serialization, that's Natsu's story, and then Prince. And then another sequel to the 100-Year Quest. Okay, so we are getting some things, and that's not bad. That really isn't bad. Yeah, Bama. So 100 Years Quest, it's not what you think. It's just the last arc of Fairy Tail. Well, I'm sorry, not the last arc. The pretty much after the main story of Fairy Tales, where the 100 Years Quest comes into place. But it's not what you think. It's not like the crew is going on for 100 years. It's the fact of how long this quest has been going on since then. But I forgot, for 100 Years Quest, I think I'm on 19. Oh no, not 19. Episode 22 so far. Either way, it's on Crunchyroll. Bam, if you want to give it a test drive. Again, I like it, but then again, I'm a little bit impartial. I'm a Fairy Tail fan. So, anything Fairy Tail, I'm pretty much watching. So, but again, that's just me. But I mean, fellas, what do we think? The fact we are getting a new manga, we are getting Prince, we're getting a new story. Are we excited? Are we wondering? Or is this like meh? Because I know where I am, but I'm biased.
I mean, I'm not a Fairy Tail guy, but at this point, if you have an anniversary for a project and you get new material, God bless. Keep the IPs popular, keep giving them reasons to have the fans spin the block. Even before, they had Dragon Ball was missing for a while. It never came to the States, but we had, what was it called? Like, Son Goku and Friends Return. So I'm never against like an anniversary special or something cool to celebrate the IP. So for Fairy Tail fans, I hope this is something y'all enjoy.
All right, Joe.
I kind of fell off in the second arc, but I mean, I'm willing to go back and watch it. You just never know.
Okay, fair enough. I just know for us, like I said, Bama. I know, Bama, you were saying 100 Years Quest. Trust me, I thought Eden Zero was the last. What you say? I've been watching on Netflix, kind of fell off when left site, and I get to watch from the beginning. Yeah, pretty much. Like I said, give it a shot. You can't go wrong. But speaking of giving things a shot, Invincible Versus actually has an open beta now, and they actually have a trailer to go along with it. And all I can say is, looks interesting.
Have any of you guys played this yet or no?
Oh, I'm gonna download it tonight and play it.
Okay, because I haven't had a chance to sit with it. I've been out and about the last couple of days, but again, thank you for the open beta and for like decent hours. Because Marvel Tokon, man, still like that was fun, but
They can learn some lessons about open times to play.
Open beta and open times. Like, it was fun, but I didn't like that I felt like I had to squeeze in my time that I wanted to play.
Okay.
I already hear that this is horribly busted with some problems, and people are finding out that there is a soft lock glitch you can do with Adam Eve on opponents.
Some people just will not let other people be happy. Either way, here's a trailer.
Time to turn it up. Oh shit!
Hair's looking sharp, Zula.
I got you.
Too easy. Die, sucker. My turn now.
Don't bother.
Stand aside. No more. This will hurt. You always did have a punchable face.
It's all good. I called you a cat.
I'm sorry, Mark. We need your help.
Just in time.
Jumping in here. Nice drop. Make that effort. Here I am.
I'm here.
Listen to me. You don't seem to understand.
I thought you were the nice dad.
This battle isn't yours to win.
It's time to turn it up.
All right, so that was a trailer for Invincible Versus. You can play the open beta, and yes, you don't need to sign up for anything. It is available as of right now for Xbox Series X, Cloud, and on PC and on PS5. If you have any of those things, you can go to the marketplace or to PS or to PlayStation, download the beta, and play it. I'm doing that after this show. I actually got it downloaded on my PS5 as we speak. So I can say off the bat that I'm definitely going to give it a shot and be able to play it. What do you say, Bam? It plays a lot like Dragon Ball Z Fighters. Well, honestly, if you think about it, and when you got 2D side scrollers, they're all going to have some sort of really similarities, because that's the same thing with Avatar. Like the Avatar fighting game, it has some similarities to Dragon Ball Z Fighters, but that's fine.
No.
It does.
No.
There are similarities.
This is nothing but this is identical to Power Rangers Battle for the Grid.
I was gonna say this one feels more Killer Instinct-ish.
Yeah, this is KI and Battle for the Grid.
I completely forgot about Battle for the Grid, but what I'm saying is just that give it a fair shot. Again, this is the beta, and I need to say this because Joe did bring up an interesting point about folks already having complaints about the game. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a beta. If you don't know what a beta is not a complete game. This is them actually allowing us as gamers to play a game for free, take the data back, and see what worked, what didn't work, how we can improve it, and what we can take in or what we can take out. They did the same thing for Marvel Toton Fighting Souls. Like me and Tafari said, we loved it. Joe, I think Joe played it too. We all loved it, but for me and Tafari, we sat there and said the only problem that we had with the beta. I'm sorry, Joe, you didn't play it. My bad. The only problems that we had with the beta was that the release date, the release windows, because we are in opposite time zones of when they released it. So when they released it, Tafari, what we maybe got like what, an hour?
Yeah, I had to get on like super early in the morning because like the open. I had a bunch of stuff to do that whole weekend, so I got on like early on a Saturday when the doors opened, and then by the time I got home that night, it was done. Yeah, so I didn't like that. I had to like schedule time to play an open beta.
And I'm the same way. I got 30 minutes. I got maybe 30 minutes. Why? Because I got responsibilities. But again, I know for me, it just, like I said, look cool. I know I loved it. Like I said, speaking of fighting souls, I'm thinking Invincible Beta is going to be the same way. I'm thinking Invincible Versus is going to be the same way. But guys, keep in mind, it's a beta. It's not a finished product. It's not complete. The fact that we're getting to play for free after we said many a times, bring back demos, bring back the betas, bring back demos, bring back the things that we were able to try without actually wasting $60 to $70 or more on games. So if you're going to have a gripe about a beta, do what the developers ask you to do. Give your opinions on everything so that the next time if the team behind Invincible Versus does another beta, it'll be updated. Because look at you can have one or two ways. You can have a Tekken problem, or you could have a Street Fighter problem. Street Fighter's problem is the fact that we had kissing cousins. Tekken's problem is everything. Just saying. Like I said, pick your poison. But like I said, I know Tafari's going to try it. I'm going to try it. We'll let you know our opinions. Hopefully they'll allow us to stream some gameplay. I would like to stream some gameplay.
We've searched the game. There's a bunch of people live right now, so I don't think they're. And then whoever runs that account has been making jokes like all over Twitter. So I think this is going to be a very lax type of thing.
Okay, so they're not going to come after us. Cool. All right, fine. So yeah, we'll definitely check that out. Speaking of things to check out, and thanks to Joe for forgetting this, because I forgot this as well. Michael, do we want to call it a biop, or do we want to call it just a dramatic? I don't know what to call this movie. Outside of the fact that
this is made with his families. I mean, literally, his family is making this.
It will be the hopefully the most accurate retelling of his life. I know you made an attempt there, Flex Washington, but no.
Yeah,
is that your old TV movie one?
Yes, where he looked like he literally had like powdered makeup on his face.
Like whoever told him to take that on really gave him the worst advice on earth.
Thank God he Kyla Pratt grew up from Penny Proud family, and they casted him as the dad in One-on-One because I mean, look, Homeboys in Outer Space wasn't on anymore, and he was looking for a jump in his career. Maybe it was just the makeup people that did him dirty.
Yeah, but that wasn't it. But anyway, it looks like it's gonna be great. The fact that they got a relative, and I'm just saying the genes in that family, dang, somebody's genes even try to put up a fight. But either way, here's the trailer for Michael.
Just have all these songs in my head. Just gotta get them out.
You wanna stay alive, better do what you can. So beat it, just beat it. I love you. Don't stop till you get it.
I'm just getting started.
I said you wanna be starting something.
There's no one like you.
Got to be starting something.
This is what I was put on earth to do.
And mother always told me.
I knew you were different the moment you were born. You let your light shine into the world. You are the greatest of all time.
I'll be honest. I mean, look, I won't tell everybody else because if this hasn't already been said, I believe it needs to be repeated. If you are going to watch the Michael Jackson movie,
that's 2 weeks from today.
You have 2 weeks, ladies and gentlemen, and I say this seriously because first and foremost, there are going to be some of us that Michael is just a mainstay in a lot of our homes. So you got 2 weeks to know the songs. We're not asking you to do the routines. Some of us are not athletically or dance inclined. That's fine. But at least you can learn the songs. But yeah, Jafar Jackson, boy, that the genes in that family, good freaking grief. But the movie, as you can see, guys, Michael will come out in theaters April 24th. I want to see it. It's like I said, if I got time, I definitely will want to go see it. I want to see how the Jackson family, because the closest thing that we had to a Jackson movie that a lot of people remember, I don't know if again this falls into me and Joe's age. Jackson's The American Dream, when they first came on ABC, and ABC had a 5 parts for 5 nights. You had 2 hours of Jacksons. To which they cover the entire Jackson family, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Now, I'm not sure what they're going to cover in this one, because, again, this is supposed to be following the King of Pop's life. I just hope that Pepsi stays out of this, because, Michael being sponsored by Pepsi is not a good look. That's all I'm saying. If you watch the American Dream, you understand why I said Pepsi might want to stay out of this one. But yeah, if I get the chance, I'm watching it. But what say y'all?
This is definitely getting seen. It's just a matter of, do I go early to avoid the rush, or do I want to just go for the full theater experience and being there with a room full of people? Like, do you or do you not want to sing along? That's the real question.
Oh, you gonna be there? You will not avoid a sing along in any movie theater you go. Forget if you can find a quiet movie theater that plays this, you need to go play lottery, because there's going to be a sing along. I'm surprised it's not going to be a dance. There's not going to be a coordinated dance. I'm going to be surprised if none of that is found. I am just saying.
Like, it's gonna be like when when the Beyonce tour was in theaters, or when Wicked came to theaters, and people were like, "Hey, yep, could you please not sing in the theater?" And we're just like, hey, we bought the tickets, so we appreciate your input, but it will not be necessary.
You have no power here.
I am curious to see them recreate the Thriller video, because I know that was like such an iconic thing when he dropped it.
Yeah, and that's what makes me, and that's why I'm like, I'm down to give this a shot. Like I said, this being produced by the Jackson family, so I know they had a lot of input on this. So yeah, I know I'm down. But Joe, what say you?
I mean, I went to go see Better Man in the theater, so I'll definitely go see this. I enjoy musicals, not so much sing-alongs, but I understand what I'm getting into when I go to something like this.
Oh yeah. As long as I'm about to say, because there's gonna be a sing-alongs.
I mean, if I really want to attend a sing-along, that's what Rocky Horror Picture Show is for. But at this day and age, the audience is different, and they're going to sing along with what they're going to sing along with. If that's in case what happens, I don't know if that's going to be the case in this scenario, but you never know. But like I said, I actually really do enjoy musicals and whatnot. So, sure. No, I mean, Michael Jackson music is just good, iconic music. You can separate the artist from the dude. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Ben was asking Better Man.
Yeah, I wasn't. I feel like a lot of people didn't know who that guy was, and then making him like a monkey in the movie, I think it turned a lot of people off the film. Which I heard it didn't do great. I had no idea who that was, let alone making him Caesar the Ape.
It's just weird how Robbie Williams kind of, I mean, it's his wheelhouse, but it didn't hit the way that he thought, or I guess the directors thought it would hit. It's just weird.
Yeah, it's his biography, but he chose to be given the head of a chimp because he felt like he was a performing animal most of his life, I think was the analogy.
Yeah.
Or he was monkeying around his entire time. I don't know what was the more appropriate analogy in this scenario.
It was something. It was something like that, and I'm like, I get it. I don't think this is for me, man.
Yeah, I agree. But
honestly, it was a really good biography pick / musical. It's just the whole monkey face was super weird.
Yeah.
I was gonna say between that, Bohemian Rhapsody, and Rocket Man, but that's
Rocket Man's fantastic. I'll say that right now. Bohemian Rhapsody, not that so much. They did okay job somewhere, but if you want the better musical biopic out of all of them, you do Taron Egerton's Rocket Man, like hands down.
Well, I mean, yeah, because Sir Elton John definitely had a hand in that, but no, fair point.
Yeah,
But
was
other
that
news, though,
Taron Egerton? But I'm not entirely sure on that.
no, it is Taron Egerton. He did. So Sir Elton John picked him to actually play him in Rocket Man. You're right.
Okay.
But speaking of things that require immediate attention, Momocon, we need to have a talk.
Oh yeah, this.
I cannot stress enough, Momocon, that number one, you had gotten a guy who is literally the god of Tekken. In many ways, he is still the god of Tekken, even though he has stepped down. But Mr. Harada, and I say Mr. Harada, will be at Momocon, which again, if nobody knows, that's a Comic-Con in Atlanta, Georgia, May 24th, 21 to 24th. He is there with looks to be all 3 days. Now, keep in mind, we have said on this podcast that there was a certain tweet that came out many months ago where the fighting stages in Tekken, where someone had suggested to Mr. Harada, why not have a Waffle House as a fighting stage? To which he said, what is a Waffle House? To which many people have went well out of their way to explain this wonderful establishment to this man. And after a while, he sat there and said, we tried, it just wouldn't work out. The other side wouldn't work with us, meaning that Waffle House was not going to get their likeness. We have said many a times on this show that all they have to do is just change the lettering and the colors. Nobody would notice. Now, why are we bringing this up? Because Momocon, you have one job. Atlanta has plenty of Waffle Houses. This I know for a fact. This man has not been thoroughly introduced to Waffle House. You guys have the perfect opportunity to sit there and show him this is why this should have been included as a Tekken fighting stage. Especially off the fact that, as Joe had pointed out, you must take him at 2 a.m. in the morning. That's peak hours for Waffle House.
Like, what time is it in Japan right now?
How far ahead? Hours ahead of us. So,
okay,
wouldn't that be about? Let's see. It was 10:27 now. If it's 10:27 Central, what is it about? 10 a.m. over there.
Joe, we can't hear you.
You muted, Joe.
It's 14 hours, so I want to say it's like 12:30 in the afternoon.
So basically, so when he gets here, he'll be up for late night hours anyway, basically is what I'm hearing. So if we get his flight to come in at 8 o'clock, and then you take him straight to the Waffle House after you unload his bags, and you hire the wrestlers who are going to be at Momocon that weekend to come in and start a brawl, I'm just saying, if we can do this correctly, Denny's ain't gonna hit the same, man. It's not. No, Denny, it's got to be a Waffle House. Like it's. I'm
gonna tell you why, and I agree with Tafari. I agree with Tafari because you feel confident in a Denny's. You're gonna question yourself in a Waffle House because you don't fight. As I usually tell people, Waffle House does have good food, but you don't challenge the cook. The cook is like the big boss of the entire spot. You do not challenge him. He'll make your food the way you want to be made. He might even make some crazy stuff if he likes you. But as we've said before, you don't want to fight the Waffle House staff because they're trained. Especially when you see a woman catch a freaking chair one-handed and then swings it like it's a freaking sword.
Yeah,
Again,
that needs to be like one of the background characters you can interact with, like in Mortal Kombat. How you can like the little stage, like give it stage interactions where like people are already fighting, and then you get kicked into the window, and then you get like tossed back at something. But
something of that nature,
the
right?
Fact, I hope somebody on the Momocon staff is on this because one, he's like officially retired from Tekken, right?
Yeah. He's officially stepped down.
Yeah, he's officially retired and bored, and clearly is doing just world traveling with his free time because of all the cons, Momocon makes sense. It is a great event. If you ever want to know like how a smooth Khan looks like or should run. Momo is definitely that one. But him being there, I don't even know if he's doing panels or interviews. The fact that he's coming to Atlanta, which the joke is y'all have nothing but trees and Waffle Houses. Please make sure he gets the proper dining experience, fights and all.
I mean, I'm just saying, and he still does have influence in Tekken. So that's the thing about it. He still has influence, even though he stepped down. His influence is still there. So imagine that this whole time his eyes have been open to Waffle House. Then he just goes to report back to HQ like, you guys can create this. Even if they don't give us Waffle House, even if they don't get the yellow and black, you can still literally and figuratively give us a Waffle House stage without the colors. I mean, just do red and black, or just do the King of the Iron Fist tournament. You know, you can. There's other ways you guys can do that. That's just all saying. But what'd you say, Bama? See video of British people reacting to be in America. Oh yeah, I've seen reactions of British people trying our food and they're loving it. But just saying, it's just again, when we say this with love, Momocon, you guys literally and figuratively have one job. Outside of making this man feel welcome, show the man love. He gave us Tekken. I mean, he's very passionate about it. He defended it. He even came out at times when Tekken wasn't 100%. So all jokes aside, please show this man respect and love while you guys are there. And yes, introduce him to a Waffle House properly. But again, Joe, anything you want to say about that as far as Harada being at Momocon outside of just, Georgia people treat him right?
No, just treat him right. Be respectful. Know that he probably can electric wind uppercut you at any given moment.
All I can say is don't let him go to Cracker Barrel. You don't want to go for the crispy edges?
No, you'll have a fine experience at Cracker Barrel. Like Joe said, that man's going to Waffle House, and we need to continue speaking that into existence.
Yeah.
I mean, we also have to remember the rules with Harada. It's two very basic ones. Don't ask him for shit, and shut the hell up and sit the hell down.
Yeah.
He has two simple rules.
But
if not, like I said, that man can probably electric wing God fist you at any given moment. He has the knowledge of the inputs.
I just want to see him see a Waffle House in real time.
I'm sure he will.
I want to see that. I know there's probably not going to be video of it, but it would just be nice to see it. That's all I'm saying. But again, like we all said, treat the man with respect, show him love while he's there, because we want to open the door for a lot of these guys to come to these cons. These game developers, these folks that, create the games that we love. We want them to come to these cons and we want them to feel welcome. We don't want them, bullied. We don't want them to feel, cringy or anything of that nature. Again, act like you got a home trade-in, treat the man with respect, offer to take him to Waffle House. That's all. But speaking of things that are going to be sad, because again, we did cover this, I want to say last week or week before last. Star Trek is pretty much going kaput. We did say the week before that Starfleet Academy after season 2 was going to be canceled. Strange New Worlds is already in their final season. And if you wondered whether or not that these things can be saved, they've already started taking apart the sets. This right here is Starfleet Academy, already taken down almost to the bare bones, to where pieces from the set are going to be auctioned off.
Oh, more than likely.
Yeah. At the same time, Strange New Worlds, again, because they're in their final season, things are wrapping up, that's being torn down. So I hate to say this because I did have hope. I had hope for Starfleet Academy because, again, me and Joe have watched it. It has been great. I like the direction they went into it. Unfortunately, with the way things are going and the folks that are behind the scenes, and that unfortunately Star Trek is under the control of Paramount Skydance, the decision was made to cancel it. Yeah, pretty much. by the Elias family. The Elias family does own Paramount.
Right? Yeah, those guys again.
So I mean, again, I can go down the whole route. Of the fact that these shows should not be canceled. But let's also be honest, guys. This is not going to be the last time we see a Star Trek episode, Star Trek series. Do I hope Starfleet Academy comes back in some form? I do hope it does. But again, I always say never, because you guys got to think. We got literally Star Trek, the original series, The Next Generation. We got Deep Space Nine. We got Voyager. We got Enterprise. We got Discovery, Prodigy, Strange New Worlds, and Starfleet Academy. So to say that we're not going to get another Star Trek series anytime soon, time will tell. But down the road, there probably will be.
We did have an animated one, Bama. It was called Lower Decks.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. That's the one I forgot. Lower Decks. Thank you, Joe.
The irony about this is under the new management, if we do get a Star Trek, it'll more be in line with the mirror universe than standard Star Trek.
Mm-hmm. Which again, is creepy as it sounds. When you're not wrong, but like I said, it's not the end. Although right now, is it sad that Starfleet Academy is ending? Yes. But
no, it's not really ending. We are getting a season 2. We know that.
Well, I mean, I'm going to say after season 2, it's going to end. So we are getting a season 2, yes. But I mean,
that series itself was only set up to be 4 seasons anyways. If it's Starfleet Academy, we're only going to get until they're seniors,
which would be fine. Which would have been fine for the format that it's in. It would have been more than fine.
They could have done a Degrassi, Starfleet Academy, The Next Generation.
I mean, they could have done that too, but like I said, it's one of those things to where it's not the end. I mean, it is the end now, but it's not the we'll never see the series again kind of end. I think we'll be fine on that personally, but again, that's just me. A more conservative Star Trek, Bama, that'll never happen, and I'll tell you why it'll never happen.
Conservatives are the reason we don't have Star Trek.
Exactly. Conservatives. Let me tell you something. Here's the crazy thing about, and I will say this for you before we move on to the next story, that conservatives will always hate Star Trek, not for the reason of diversity, that they can't stand certain things. I had a guy sit there and tell me I don't understand Klingons. I had a guy sit there and say, I don't understand Klingons. I don't understand Androxians. I don't understand Cardassians. I don't understand. I'm like, well, what's there to understand? Well, why does Klingon always have to fight? Because they're warriors and that's their kind of their whole life. Well, explain why do Ferengis act like, and I'm not going to say what he said because I thought that was a little too much. But again, when conservatives, literally and figuratively, and not to go political, but when you have a show like Gene Roddenberry, and what he decided he wanted to do was show a future that was more diverse than anything else. And the fact that I knew conservatives would not like Star Trek was that Kirk kissed Uhura. You had a white man kiss a black woman on national television, and conservatives effing lost it. So that's how I know there will never be a conservative Star Trek. Never will be. Why? Because there's so many things about space exploration that they will not agree with at all. But again, I'm just saying. What do you say? Or straight white male or the whole crew white man. Yeah. I'm just saying. It's just like, you know what? A perfect example of this, Tafari, The Deep and the Boys, we had the podcast.
Yeah, with him and Method
Actor, and Black
Noir.
Yeah. That's like the whole thing is just downing, just a little bit too borderline download brothers, and Nor just sitting there pressing buttons. But we'll get to the boys momentarily. But other news, a couple more news before we do get to television anime reviews. I don't know how I feel about this. Epic is wanting to make a Disney themed extraction shooter. Keep in mind, Epic was purchased by Disney, I want to say for 1.9. I think it said here in the article what it said.
Wait, did they actually make that? I thought they were negotiating. That actually went through?
Yeah. 1.5 billion. Okay, that's what I thought. So yeah, so it did actually. So they did actually have a partnership. So I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. They have a partnership with Disney. Disney did not buy Epic, so they do have a partnership though. But with that being said, it's gonna be interesting to see exactly. Yeah, Disney has a partnership with Epic. So that's the reason. The reason why this article, well, the reason why the article Bama's coming up is just that because Disney they want to make on their investment. It's like, hey, we invested $1.5 billion with you. We want an extraction game, but we want it with our characters. So it's like, wait a minute. So you guys basically want Rainbow Six, but with Disney characters. I'm not saying it can't work because extraction shooters seem to be a big thing now, like especially with Marathon, The Division. I know I'm missing Marathon, The Division, Overwatch. They all are extraction shooters. Do not get me wrong. Do I think there's room for a Disney extraction shooter? You got to be a hardcore fan.
It depends on what it is. Like, yeah, we haven't really had a Disney MMO or Disney online anything since, like, I think there's a kart racing game, but like, I don't think we've ever really recovered from Toontown. So you could make it.
Yeah.
And I know there's the Disney. I forget the name. There's a current game that like online Disney MMO that people play like sparsely. I know Shoyo plays it too.
Yeah, Lorcana.
Not Lorcana. The card game's Lorcana, but there's like some kind of Disney magical adventure online game.
Yeah, I forgot what it's called, but yeah, she does play that, and I completely forgot the name of it. But while you're looking that up, that's what I'm just saying. Is it really worth it though? Because you basically Arc Raiders was the other extraction I was going to talk about.
Yeah,
because it's one of those. Where would it fit? Because that's the thing I'm not getting. We say Bama. I think still a Call of Duty game with Nerf guns would work, but you gotta get past Nerf. Nerf is a corporation, sir, and they are very stringent about where their name, likenesses, and things are used. So if you can get them to basically jump on board, cool. I don't see that happening though. But again, that's just me. But yeah, it's just I'm not really sold on a Disney extraction shooter because it's got to be different. I mean, it's like, I'm sorry, the only thing I can think of would be Kingdom Hearts, but that's like, you might just go ahead and do Kingdom Hearts 4 at this point.
The Disney Dreamlight Valley, that's what it is. Dreamlight Valley.
That's what it's called. It wouldn't be violent. Even though Bama's not violent, you still got to think if you're including a brand name into an extraction shooter, that's a lot of red tape and a lot of money has to change hands. But
yeah,
I don't think Nerf would ever go for it. Even though the guns in Fortnite look extremely.
Yeah, they've gotten way more cartoony, and I think that's to like lighten up for the friendly IP because I know they got like Perry the Platypus and whatnot in there now.
Yeah.
But the guns I've noticed in Fortnite have gotten because they've always had like some decent like regular stuff like the pump shotguns. But I'm noticing they are bringing out, even in place of like the realistic guns, they have just some cartoony stuff in there now that is like, and I'm like, okay, I get it. This is already a kid's game with an animated look, but I feel like all of this is now to be more friendly to the companies. I want to give y'all money.
Yeah, pretty much. But I just don't know.
You don't want to play multi-time award-winning Japanese millionaire Hoshimachi Suisei?
That too.
And make Batman do her bibbidi bobbidi boo dance?
I just can't. I don't see it.
It's just Ready Player One.
That sentence is real.
Try that one more time, Joe.
It cut out for a sec, Joe.
Uh-oh. I think he might have froze. Oh, got a little bit of movement.
No, I'm here.
All right. Yeah, repeat everything you just said about 10 seconds ago. Oh.
Okay, he's refreshed.
Okay, so Okay, we'll give him a second to come back. But no, it's just the whole idea is, like I said, I'm all for a different type of game, but I just don't see a Disney extraction being it. That's just me. I just can't see it.
I'm curious how they do it because I mean, Cartoon Network had like Fusion Fall, and that slightly limited Kids Next Door online game where they gave out new missions every week. So it's possible. It just depends on what you're doing and if it's existing characters. Can we make our own like Toontown? Like,
yeah.
What are we getting here?
All right. So Joe, you're back. Try it again.
I never left. I've heard everything you guys have said like for the last.
Oh
yeah, but on our side, it like you dropped out.
Yeah, your camera act like it. I thought you refreshed your screen.
Yeah, so that's why we couldn't hear what you said in like the last 2 minutes.
I was just saying that whole statement I said earlier was all true.
Okay.
So, Arrow with a gun. I really can't see that. That, like I said, it'll be an interesting dynamic. If they go through with it, cool. Like I said, I don't see it. And again, there might be a Disney fan out there that might want Frozen with an SMG. You might want Elsa with SMG. I don't know. I don't judge. But speaking of things, Dragon Ball Games Battle Hour. For all those that don't know, because this is new to me, that this is an event that is actually happening. Looks like Saturday and Sunday, April 18th and April 19th, to where a lot of information is going to get said. Joe, do we know as far as what's going to be said, or have they announced what to expect, or what?
I do not know. The only thing I do know for sure is we'll probably get videos for the Super Saiyan 4 Goku that's coming to Fighter Z, and we are getting a look at Dragon Ball Year 100 project.
Okay,
Beyond that, I don't know.
Yeah, because I was just looking at this because, it was like day one movie Dragon Ball Super Roller screening, and then Dragon Ball Producer Special Match. Day two, Dragon Ball Z Fighters Masters Showdown. Then the Super Special Panel, Battle Hour time.
There it is.
Say what?
There it is, Age 1000.
Okay, so I feel like maybe we'll get a title reveal for this.
I think we will, because it looks like they're setting up for something from the looks of this. That's why I wanted to check it out. But yeah, it looks like we are going to get they are getting a lot more information about the card games, about Xenoverse. Boy, Xenoverse 2, literally and figuratively, will always get support. And that's a 20-year-old game at this point. Not knocking it. Definitely not knocking it, but man, it's still getting support. What did you say? Woody, maybe. Buzz, definitely. And bring back Ralph. Well, Bama, we can at least mark you down as one person that's looking forward to a Disney extraction shooter. But yeah, it looks like for the 18th and 19th, there's free admission. So if you are in the, I want to say Los Angeles area, because I think it's happening in Los Angeles. Yeah. So if you are in the Los Angeles area, I know unfortunately me, all this panel of us are not. It is free admission for now. So of course, there is no ticket need for online streaming. If you are participating in the tournaments, so if you are in the tournaments for Fighters, Sparking Zero, Xenoverse 2, and of course, all those games are showing there. It looks like you can play online with no problems. But if you are in the Los Angeles area, you do got tickets. It's free tickets right now for the 19th and the 18th of April. So, if I was there, I'd check it out. I'd give it a fair shake. But yeah, I'm kind of curious to see what the news will come out of Battle Hour, but we will cover that as it comes along. So, beyond that, guys, any other news before we go into television anime? Because we had a lot happen this week.
That is it for me.
Joe?
No, I got nothing.
Okay. So sweet. So with that being said, we are going to go into television anime reviews. Again, this is just stuff that we caught up with during the week. I will start first with Tafari because I'll save myself last. I think a lot of us are going to be, sounding boards for the stuff that we watch. But, sir, go ahead.
Getting towards the tail end of Beastars, I feel like we are. I didn't read the manga, but I feel like we're not gonna wrap up everything we want in the last couple episodes that I got left. Like, from what I'm hearing, there's not a lot of epilogue stuff. It's kind of just like, hey, the plot is over, and just use your imagination. So we'll see how that goes. One Piece live action, I'm like halfway through season 2. Really good job of taking things that happen now but get like addressed later or gets thrown into the plot, like Bartholomew, and bringing him into Logtown now, getting our first look at Brook instead of waiting to meet him in Thriller Bark to find out him and Laboon are connected.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe I'll start Steel Ball Run. I'll technically be caught up with everyone else for like 6 months. I need to catch up on Paradise. Last episode I saw was when with Sterling K. Brown in the woods with these badass kids and trying to find his wife. Apparently the season's already over. I need to catch up on that and Abbott Elementary. Dr. Stone is back. We have officially started our worldwide travel, which I believe we're still in South America. Now we are on our way through the Suez Canal to India to find mathematicians to help build our rocket so that we can go take on the big bad on the moon, who is now like blatantly threatening us, it seems. So apparently this is a whole extra core. So the last 2 seasons have only been 12 or 20 episodes, 22-ish, 24-ish episodes. So apparently this one's going to be like 36. But I keep seeing mixed reports that it's going to end this month. I don't know. We don't have a lot of material left, but at the same time, I don't want us to breeze through it. But that is about it for like the shows that I'm just watching myself. Again, Amazing Digital Circus. You can go get tickets for that now. It's actually pretty great. Outside of that, it's been Daredevil, The Boys, Maul, and Invincible. So our plates are full and our cup runneth over these last couple weeks.
You are not lying. Joe, what say you? What animation and television shows are you keeping up with? Before you start, you're muted.
Mole. At some point, I'll get caught back up on Daredevil. Boston Blue, because that came back. The Rookie. Anime-wise, Demons of the Shadow Realm, Mao, Snowball Earth, Season 4 of Irimakun Goes to Demon School, or Welcome to Demon School, Rimakun. Wistoria, Wand and Swords, I'm caught up with Season 1, and Season 2 just started. Reincarnated as a Vending Machine, that's still going and still pretty good. The stuff that everyone's watching this season.
All right. Well, we might as well just go into it because a lot of my stuff is pretty much going to be where you guys are at.
I recently binged the entire first season of Ted for some reason. very much better than I expected that show to be. Like, I was actually laughing my ass off, and I'm like, okay, Seth MacFarlane took like all the talent he doesn't put into Family Guy anymore, and he clearly took it over here because it felt like a live action Peter Griffin episode.
Yep.
But it wasn't all just like dumb jokes and trying to be relevant to today's times. Like Ted is actually very well done, like for a TV show. Like the movies were funny. The second one was okay. The show, I hope they keep getting greenlit for new seasons. Like, I was like, all right, I'll give Seth a shot. It's Ted, what the fuck ever. It's actually very good.
Oh yeah, I definitely love Ted on. Definitely love Ted on Peacock. It is definitely good. I will just go ahead and start with the anime first because really the shows we can just go into those. Welcome to Demon School Emercoon. I'm going to give it the first episode didn't really grab me, so I'll give the second episode a shot. Demons of the Shadow Realm, already hooked. Because my God, I did not expect that twist. Still watching Tojima Wants to Be a Kamen Rider. Again, not for kids, but still worth watching. Token Anarchy, still keeping up with that. And I'm trying to think. Oh, still need to watch Paradise. I have not watched any of the second season, so I'm definitely looking forward to watching that since the second season now concluded. Which leads me to the big three. Or I should say 4. So Star Wars, Maul, Shadow Lord. I walked into this again. My knowledge of Star Wars is small as all get out compared to Star Trek. So I'm watching with fresh eyes with Maul. Maul, very, very cold, very calculating, but still does his recruitment drive whenever he sees a Jedi. So definitely do like the pace of where they're going with this. Because it's almost like the writing for the book of Boba Fett was actually put toward Maul, and it worked for him instead of Boba Fett. But again, loved it. Loved the first 2 episodes. I kept on asking those before me, do I need to watch Clone Wars or do I need to watch Rebels, or did you just stick with Maul? I've gotten mixed answers. So I'm just gonna take the middle, go back and watch Star Wars, the Clone Wars, and then Rebels, just in case there's information there that's going to be relevant to this that I missed. That's just me covering all bases. Invincible, that was a lot.
Well, I think for Maul, this takes place before Rebels, so maybe it'll set up some stuff there, but I think for Clone Wars, I think you can literally watch, what is it, the last 4 or 5 episodes is the Siege of Mandalore, where Ahsoka takes like a private squad to go take out Maul and reclaim the planet, only to find out it was a trap set for Anakin in the first place, which leads right into, which I'm curious, which that whole thing made me question, how long are y'all on planets when y'all are like doing these sieges? Because
gotcha.
All of orders, like all of movie 3 took place during the Siege of Mandalore. Like that's
okay. So I got a nice little starting point with that. Since we're on Shadow Lord, what y'all guys think?
Joe, did you see it already?
Yeah, I saw it. I am still confused, and I'm okay with this, that Darth Maul is one of the most developed characters outside of a Skywalker in the entire franchise at this point.
Pretty much. I will say, when Order 66 kicked off and him and Ahsoka basically had to now fend for each other and themselves, and he's basically parading through the ship with just force powers and no lightsaber.
That is impressive.
Very much held his own and surviving off the power of hate for all these years with no legs or bottom half is also a feat I have yet to see replicated at all.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm also curious to see what's the deal with this planet. This Twilight child that he's clearly putting through a test by making her escape from her own jail cell, which I'm sure he'll be right there with a slow clap next episode to welcome her to the dark side. I don't see her doing a full heel turn by the end of the season, but maybe she's like all the video game characters we played. She just learns powers from both teams. Her Jedi Master teacher, who clearly didn't learn from the last iteration of everything, like just be nice and beg and people will feed you, and it's like that. No.
Although she could be almost a star killer like in the making.
That's what I'm saying. She could pick up a little bit of everything, learn force, push, and lightning. Right. But I'm also, I don't know. I don't know whether the Master's coming into play. I'm curious what this planet or this city's deal is. Like, I get the cop. The cop is, I'm sure the whole report to the Empire thing, which I feel like the Inquisitors got tipped off the second he tried to access Maul's file.
Yeah.
But the fact that he doesn't want the Empire in there I'm guessing if I can handle it myself, the stormtroopers won't come and just take over my shit and never leave.
So the problem with the cop is you get more information on the cop from the comic that's out right now. Because they're still doing that thing where they're expecting you to look at different forms of media to get a broader picture of everything.
So is he like a backstory, origin comic, or?
It literally is right before the series takes place. So you're given more of a focus on the cop and Two Boots in the comic, and the comic happens immediately before Maul happens.
Oh, I know there was a comic that was running parallel to this.
I feel like they never tell us.
Right.
They don't, which is the biggest issue.
Yeah. Didn't realize I was running parallel comic, but good to know. But for all those that don't know, Joe, what's the name of the comic, just in case people want to find it?
I want to say Shadows of Maul, but let me look real quick.
Because you would think that would be something, because they always want to do a podcast cover with every episode. You'd think if they're doing the comics, they would actually say it. Because I mean, that would.
To which I will respond with an old wrestling adage. Well, you know.
Wow. But no. But while you're looking at
then
it, though,
insert recipe for chicken salad.
See, you would. I mean, well, Bama, you could make a short to connect story. You really could.
I mean, that's usually. That's usually what they do with their trailers.
Star Wars Shadow of Maul.
Okay, so that's the name of the comic. So,
is it one comic or an ongoing series?
Do what?
Is it a one shot or is it ongoing?
No, we're on issue 2.
Okay, so it's ongoing.
Fine.
So yeah, so you would think, like we said, you would think they would say, hey, you might want to read Shadows of Maul just to keep up because it's running parallel with the show. But like I said, for 2 episodes, I'm digging it. Just want to see where they go with it. But I'm sorry, it's fine. I didn't mean to cut you off. What were you gonna say?
No, I didn't say anything.
Okay. And unfortunately, Bama, that's the one thing we're trying to change. Because there is so much more story out there in Star Wars that is in books. I understand in this day and age, folks want to watch something or listen to it, which again, there's nothing wrong with audiobooks. First and foremost, let me stress that very heavily. There is nothing wrong with audiobooks, especially if you are trying to listen or you're trying to work out or, whatever it is. Not knocking that. But yes, we do need to literacy needs to make a comeback. I mean, toot sweet, but that's what I'm saying. But outside of Maul, Daredevil Born Again. I said this on Blurred's Eye View. I'm going to say it here because I've caught up so far. Are we really rooting for Bullseye at this point?
I feel like he's just here to cause chaos. I still don't know what Dex's full plan is outside of wanting to kill what we thought was Fisk, but really he wanted Vanessa. I still don't get what this boxing match was, or who it was for, or why we're doing it.
See that, and that's the crazy part, where it's supposed to be a charity event, but the boxing event just got sidelined because Kingpin was beating the crap out of the guy.
Like this is Kingpin. Like he's got a reputation. I don't know why we didn't think we weren't walking into a bloodbath. Like I feel like everyone in that crowd knows what they signed up for. And then when the brutality came, it's like, don't act shocked. Y'all have seen him in handcuffs, bloodied after a Daredevil fight. Like y'all know how this goes.
I kind of wanted him to one shot. I kind of wanted the guy to catch Kingpin with a good shot. And then Kingpin lays him out with a one shot. That's how I kind of wanted that to go. The whole thing of, he ain't fighting. I'm like, DeFornio's Kingpin is not fighting the other guy. It's almost like he's fighting something else. But oh yeah, we're gonna get to that, Bama, because I wasn't initially on Blurred's Eye when this first came out. I was still trying to get my kids' stuff together. First off, banana milkshakes are delicious. Okay, let me stress this out. There's nothing wrong with banana milkshakes. Now, banana milkshake and lobster. Yeah, that Bullseye didn't order lobster. Let's cover that one out. He didn't order lobster. All he ordered at the time was a banana milkshake, and I think Tafari, did you say he downed it in one go?
Yeah, he like chugged the entire thing through the straw in one go. But I'm like, a banana milkshake, but I don't know. Banana milkshake in a diner was already slightly giving psychopath behavior. But the other guy who ordered the prime cut lobster, which I won't say seafood, like some tilapia, salmon, maybe anything else, lobster, shellfish, clams, oysters, mollusks. At a diner, you are playing with your general health. Good luck.
I don't know. I mean, they're It's New York City, so they are by the ocean, and depending on what kind of diner it is, because that could be something they specialize in, because there are diners that do seafood specialty.
But I will sit there and say this: you bringing your dog to a diner, I agree with Bullseye. That is unsanitary.
I feel like New York is not a place that the water is safe to be fishing in, though. Like,
yeah, especially with the huts.
Up north, over near Massachusetts.
Okay, because I'm just like, if you tell me New York, yeah, we freshly caught it this morning. No thanks.
Yeah.
No, actually, if he's doing lobster, then it's brought down from Maine.
Okay. Although I was gonna say our usual resident New Yorker, if Lady Mandalore was here, I'd have to ask her, like, ma'am, this is your stomping grounds. Would y'all order lobster at a diner? But again, wish she was here. I wish she was here to where we could ask her that. But no. Outside of that, the diner scene where again, Poindexter decided to make it a point to go out the entire AVTF force. The moment I see that man air curve a fork like a bullet from Wanted, I ain't fighting him. You literally curved a fork. You had a fork change directions in midair.
And a meat thermometer.
Right. I'm sorry. That I ain't fighting you. At the same time, which I did love, that he basically told Matt, I'm doing your job for you. There's only one solution to how this ends, and I'm going to do the one thing you don't want to do. To where we already knew because, well, Poindexter tried to work with Vanessa. Vanessa basically messed him up. And now he feels like this one good deed is going to basically even the slate. To which, going back to the boxing charity match, because again, Kingpin didn't want Vanessa there. Literally was going to put her on a plane out of the country. But Vanessa was so empowered to have a firearm that she decided to defy her husband's request and show up to where, like Tafari said, she may or may not have met her untimely demise. Just because she has, because Bullseye may have caught her with a shot. We don't know if Vanessa has died. Let me stress that very heavily, because the way it fades to black, we do not know if she's dead or not. If she is dead, Kingpin's on a warpath.
Does she die in this comic story, or is she not around?
She in Devil's Reign. I want to say in Devil's Reign, she's not around. I want to say, I'm not 100% sure about that right now. Is Vanessa around in Devil's Reign?
I think she's still dead along with Karen. No, she's not, because Wilson is married to Typhoid Mary.
Okay, so she's alive but not around.
No, she's dead. She is dead like Karen.
Okay, that's why I wanted to make sure of. So she is dead in Devil's Reign. So there is some slight differences there. But with, I do, like I said, the fight, the diner scene, the fight scene to where Matt is rescuing everybody that was imprisoned by the ABTF. Sora's been kind of getting some love, fighting alongside Daredevil. But
also, Sora said, "I'm out. I will fund your endeavors. I can only be afforded for so much screen time. I'm out of here."
And I mean, he made it work. And then
all the victims dropping or recording tapes that they were held hostage, which I'm curious to see how that comes in. And then the BB report, maybe take a week off, sis, because our between the boxing match and Vanessa Fisk, Wilson is going to be dealing with some shit next week, and what is possibly like one of the worst handoffs in television ever.
It's weird because the fact that you're seeing that, and then you're seeing Tony Soprano may be catching a body, and Buck is like a big brother that's encouraging this. Like, you don't want me to steal your kill for you. That would make you look bad. I'm like, are we about to see Tony Soprano live up to his nickname right now? Because the fact of the leaks and the fact that, the person playing the quote unquote anti-Kingpin, and you're basically feeding your information, And the second, that's like, you basically got told your marching orders: plug the leak, or you're taking the fall. So I will say this, and I'm gonna toss to you guys for other stuff, because will Tony Soprano be catching his first body in the second season?
I hope it's not BB though. Like maybe I don't think it'll be Buck. I feel like they're gonna make him get his hands dirty.
Yeah,
but in some other way, just so they have, it's gonna be like Training Day, just so they have a record or something on him to use, maybe.
Yeah, because you'll have leverage on him.
Because I feel like it'd be a waste to have BB come in to avenge her uncle after all these seasons in 2 different platforms, just for her to get killed off too. I feel like that would be kind of a waste.
Yeah.
But yeah, and also the fact that he keeps trying to do this one-sided relationship push is actually kind of gross, and I wish it would stop.
It is rich and creeper status. I'm not gonna lie about that. But yeah, Joe, anything else you want to add to Daredevil Born Again?
No, not really. You guys pretty much covered it.
I mean, we were arguing the other day because it's like I don't see when the glass shatter hit her in the head, but apparently he throws.
Yeah. That's also the second time you don't see how many projectiles he throws. And that's why I'm saying he got her. That to me is where he got her. Because the first shot looked too low. Kingpin did the slowest belt counter I've ever seen outside of Resident Evil games. But the second attempt where he's on the ground but he's flinging it, that's where I think he got her. But I think that was his target. I think Vanessa was his target the entire time. Like
she's the one who basically got Foggy killed and set his life down this path.
Yep. So that's what makes me think that, but like I said, we don't know if Vanessa's live or dead. Like we know she's been injured. We know that she's on an ambulance, but what we don't know whether or not she's live or dead. And the next episode is definitely going to say a lot. But again, highly recommend seeing Daredevil Born Again, because right now it is definitely looking up. We're all just waiting for that one episode where we see the Defenders. Let's just be honest, because we know they're coming back.
I'm curious if we're gonna get like a Kingpin crash out that causes him to get kicked out of office, or what sets up potential Mayor Luke Cage. That or Vanessa's in a coma after this, and now you have to protect a bedridden Vanessa 24 hours, and now you're just gonna watch Fisk stress the fuck out all the time. I'm game for any of it, but I feel like her being in a coma puts him on the warpath. Her being dead just has him saying the gloves are off, and he's going to overdo it.
Yeah, I think so. But Amazon the boys. How can we put this? It has started. We did get 2 episodes. Not mad, although this spoiler territory, because there's nothing else there's no other way we could sugarcoat this. First off, A-Train finally got your redemption arc, but dang, I knew that somebody was bound to go in the first 2 episodes, and unfortunately, it was going to be him.
Better man than me. I would have been a repeat offender that day. No, because I fully expected Homelander to just like tear through her right after, and when I was like, yeah, it's either you do it or he does. So
right,
but also seeing how fast he can actually fly is actually
horrifying.
Yes, and also it's just the fact that like we've never really had a chance to see his feats compared to somebody that could keep up with him. So the fact that he literally could keep up with A-Train was actually very interesting.
Which I thought was crazy, because I thought A-Train would be faster than him.
Same. So I'm just like, are you just keeping up, or can you actually fly faster? Like, we've never seen Homelander have to go max anything.
Right.
So the fact that he was keeping up with A-Train after that was interesting.
Although you was right about the eyesight, seeing the girl, and I'm like, so you're telling me the entire time A-Train could have just shifted his weight, and we could have avoided 4 years of this. Huey could have had a normal life. And all he had to do was shift his feet and take a hit. But that's still funny. Kimiko talking, that's interesting. She's kind of going back and forth between her sign language and talking. Starlight is becoming more like Butcher by the day, and Butcher loves it. At the same time, man, going through it, but he got his revenge though.
Yeah, that was deserved. Like, I get it, we're having an escape, but I'm just like, this is not the time to be getting y'all get back. We need to get out of here. Yeah, man. But I'm like, this ain't our time. Let's get out of here. Because I kind of hate that, like, A-Train had to sacrifice himself for that. And I don't know, Homelander now wants people to be killed for making memes, which is...
Oh, yeah. And this is why, and we said this on Blurred's Eye View, if Kripke had more time, considering the fact that, you know, life imitates art, and he had more time, the boys would have been more crazy than what they already are right now, because they're basically reflecting current times. And Homelander, and I'll give Anthony Starr credit, if this was going to be your last, Anthony Starr, let me first say, you could definitely play a bad guy, and you should play Albert Wesker if Resident Evil becomes calling. Just saying. I will say this, though. It's interesting to know Ashley's power is basically that she's crazy, that she has that she grew a head.
Oh, yeah. She's Lord Voldemort in the first Harry Potter movie.
Yes, which I think is crazy. But it's also, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's pretty much, man.
Oh, basically, within 5 minutes, and we a video gets leaked, and they immediately jump to this was an AI deepfake. Look how many fingers I have.
Yeah, and so with the boys, it is definitely all crazy all over the place. Deep is a red pill. Deep is a red pill podcaster. Noir, although he can talk, is definitely staying freaking silent. Considering the fact that the last one got killed by Homelander. What's her face? I can't remember that girl's name to save my life. The smart one. She just sat there. Say what?
Sage, which I feel like I was kind of with Ashley questioning her, like, what is your end game right now, lady? I've been asking that since you got here.
Although I love the fact that she sat there and said the one thing without saying it, that we got rid of, we can get rid of this. We got no problems. At the same time, Ashley, you keep doing what you're supposed to do and you'll be fine. It's almost like a veiled threat. Like, hey, don't rock the boat, you'll be fine. And Davon Diggs, he's come a long way from Hamilton. That's all I can sit there and say.
The Christian holy roller guy that my God, that was killing me. They are out here and they are eating babies, and I'm like, this is. But it's always the pimped out preachers.
Art imitating life. But yes, knowing that, but also again, they did test the virus, although rock hard. Let me be honest, there's no way that I can explain that.
What was that, man? Thank God we got Trigun's daughter out of there, because I'm like, look, Raven. Yeah, little Miss Raven. I'm like, you don't deserve this. But also we're shooting promos while we're arresting people, ice style, basically.
Right. Which again, Kripke. But yes, saving the Countess. I was like, okay, she didn't deserve to die, because once that virus got released, we saw what happened with Old Boy. We saw what happened to Rock Hard. Soldier Boy went down, and kudos to those. Because again, at the end, you see Homelander, go to the body, because let's be honest, Homelander was really sitting him in there as a guinea pig. He saw a trap coming, thought Soldier Boy was dead, and what does this dude do? Pull a freaking Undertaker. As you see him at the end where the body comes up. And it doesn't help that I watched Invincible where Conquest got buried, and at the end of the episode, you just see it zoom in, and it's just like, now we're kidding, he's dead. I was like, don't do that. This man got choked out to the point to where he ripped the intestines out of Mark, and you're about to sit there and act like he came back. That's messed up. But we also did see Anissa in Invincible, so I fear that scene is coming.
I think
I don't know how they're gonna do it, but I fear that scene is coming.
Skip it at this point, because the power scale, like, I don't complain about power scaling, but it's all over the fucking place. Like the boys was good. It was a great, strong start. The virus thing kind of threw me, like, because the fact that they went in there and were able to extract the bodies, I'm like, the second you open that room, doesn't that technically just expose everyone?
Well, that's what you would think. Because I'm like, once you sealed it off, it's airborne. I thought the guy did say, I thought Samir did say it was airborne and that it could be harmful to soups and humans, which they kind of find out. It's like, okay, humans are immune, but at the same time, you didn't really get 100% lethality out of this, which tells me that Soldier Boy is going to probably be a key. Is going to be a key to all this next time coming episodes, but no, the way the boys is, again, this is a show that, much like Invincible, should not be watched by children. If you haven't already known that. But yeah, like me and Tafari, we will definitely keep up with Invincible and the boys and seeing where it goes to from there. But
the boys, I'm trying to think if there's anything I'm missing. Yeah, A-Train, I know everyone has to basically get killed off this season. I'm kind of sad A-Train didn't make it out the first episode.
That's still messed up however you look at it. Like, really? The fastest person's got to go?
Annie has just been like an aggressive mute the entire time. I don't know what that's about.
Annie, you know the thing about it is, because Butcher, I will give him this, because Butcher has sat there and said, look, either you can help me or I can kill you. That's his line in the sand. Help me kill Homelander or I take you out. And at the same time, he's looking at Starlight and he's like, oh, she gets it now. Because she's lost so many comrades, so many support, so many of her rebellion have been taken out. So now she's just like, hey, Homelander's got to go no matter what the cost. Huey's like, that's not the woman. That's not my woman. It's like, I'm not recognizing you.
Yeah,
but
as far as that, decent start. I feel like I don't need more Huey and Annie drama. Like, y'all, she broke you out. Y'all are in love. Don't sit here and make me play will they, won't they. Y'all have been here since season 1. Like, knock it off already. We have other shit to focus on. Frenchie and Kimiko took y'all long enough because I didn't. Man. The storyline last season, that was so fucking forced, and I just out of nowhere, like, we just met this guy. Why am I supposed to care? Like, we all have a past and did bad shit. That was established in like the first couple episodes. But as far as Invincible, hey man, everybody's on fraud watch. Craig got bodied by all his seniors. I'm not saying he's not a threat, but my God. And Zoe, why did we bring you here? Like, I get it. All the Mark clones were like weaker in Invincible, but she was able to beat one solo and like left unscathed. So what did you do to that guy that like you can't do to any of these she's good for taking out cannon fodder, but every time we've had a fight, now Alan the alien has had to come save you. Alan, who I feel like is pulling his punches. Oh, he is. Because like what's taking y'all so long to drop these people? And the fact they whipped out a literal Helldivers map during the debriefing, talking about these are the colonies we've liberated.
And then the space rider with the gun, he's like, "Really? You could have."
At this point, make more of his gun, like, or find where it came from. Or I'm hoping what they're doing is going to incorporate his weapon into Zoe's tech, because the fact that he just can blast a hole through any kind of matter and it's just done. I'm like, all right, he is who I thought Zoe was going to be. Like, he is creating donuts and then riding through them.
Mm-hmm. Which again, like I said, with Invincible, with the boys, with Daredevil, and keep in mind, this is all happening in a week. This is all happening in the same week that we are literally getting. We're getting Daredevil, we're getting Star Wars, we're getting Invincible, we're getting the boys. That's in 1 week for the next, give or take 5 or 6 weeks. Because I think one show is going to fall off. I think Daredevil is going to fall off because we're getting 18 episodes, and so far we've gotten like what, 4? So we still got 5 episodes of Daredevil left to go. Invincible has
2 more because we got 3 to start. So
Invincible's only got that much. So like I said, give or take roughly for the next 3 or 4 weeks, we got some interesting programming. So let us know what you guys think. Again,
but also Invincible, great pacing, because y'all could have easily stuck with any of those plots and made it all 50 minutes. But the fact we got the war on top of Mark's recovery journey and Nolan and Oliver's like,
their bonding moment,
and finding out Oliver's attracted to sea creatures, which is just epic foreshadowing. Finding out his attraction to sea creatures the same week that the Deep comes back to television was done on purpose. I'm convinced.
So are you telling me he's Troy McClure?
Yes.
Okay. That's all I need to know.
Yeah, he's like, there was this blue lobster at this restaurant we went to, and I don't know, it was pretty, and it made me feel all fuzzy inside. His dad is just like, I'm not ready for this conversation.
He was ready. He was ready to go fight someone at that point, but
but also, thank you. The fake out with Conquest at the end was hilarious.
Man, that had a lot of people going, this dude just will not die. But again, shout out to Jeffrey Dean Morgan for giving us the voice of Conquest. We appreciate it. So, with that being said, guys, I think we can go ahead and go into comics. So before we do go into comics, we always do want to shout out Rick's Comic City, Nashville's #1 go-to place for comics, for mangas, Funko Pops, you name it, they got it. 2 locations, Nashville and Clarksville, Tennessee, and of course, rickscomiccity.com. As you can see, guys, Free Comic Book Day is coming up. That is not just at Rick's Comic City. That is at every comic book place, every comic book store in the U.S. May 2nd is Free Comic Book Day. We have all on this panel have enjoyed Free Comic Book Day. I know me and Joe, we usually go there. We usually go to Rick's Comic City for Free Comic Book Day. But again, this is a wonderful time if you don't know about comics to go to meet people that know comics. And again, just to find a comic spot. Everybody should know a good comic spot. But definitely do check them out if you are in the Middle Tennessee area. If you are not in the Middle Tennessee area, guys, please support your local comic book stores. Support your local bookstores. Support your indie artists, whether they are here on Kickstarter or crowdfunding. Either way, support them the same way you would support Beyonce if she knew you existed. That's all I'm saying. But that being said, I do see, Joe, that you do have the comics up, sir. So whenever you're ready.
All right. First up, we got Action Comics. What sort of number is this? 1097. This is part of the Reign of Superman subline. This is the one with time displaced Clark Kent. Mm-hmm. We now know that he is no longer time displaced, but in fact, Booster Gold, Mary Marvel, and John Jones are back in the past because they are fighting some tyrannical super robots king future person named Epoch, who's trying to rearrange the future because Superman is not there to guard anything. So, honest to God, I thought this was that gold robot that used to be in the Fortress of Solitude, Helix. So they said his name was Epoch. Yeah. But the trio is looking for Superman after the events of DCKO. This is one of 4 storylines going on right now involving all the Superboys across things. So we're dealing with classic Superboy, Superboy Prime. Connor's over in Supergirl because they moved him out of Green Lantern, unless he's also going to be a reoccurring cast member in Green Lantern. And then John Kent, both adult and kid, is in Adventures of Superman.
Okay.
So, yeah. So this is just part of a larger grand scheme of all the Superboys are taking up the mantle of Superman in some way, shape, or form. In this particular instance, it's the time travel trio is looking for Clark and wound up super in the past to the point where Clark doesn't even know he's Kryptonian yet.
Yep, I dig it though.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. It was written by Mark Way with art by Skylar Partridge and colors by Ivan Palencia. We're going to go with that?
Yeah.
Next up, we got The Fury of Firestorm #1. This is written by Jeff Lemire with art by Rafael de la Torre and colors by Marcelo Maiolo. Firestorm enters the city and just glasses everybody and remakes and unmakes and remakes the city continuously for 7 days before just chilling out on a park bench. The U.S. government goes and gets his one-time girlfriend Firehawk because they think she can stand up to his powers. Meanwhile, in Firestorm's mind, we see Robbie is reenacting an old 1970s comic issue in his head. Yeah. And we learn that the Firestorm entity has now gained sentience and is vying for control of the body against Ronnie and whoever he's fused with to make Firestorm. This is a very unique take on Firestorm because up until this point, the Firestorm entity itself has never been sentient. It's just always been a dude and then another dude fused together, with one having the body and the other one having like the subconscious mind to help guide the other body to fuse. But now the fusion itself has its own personality. So this is a very interesting take on this. So I do want to keep going with this one because we've not had a Firestorm story, 1, in forever, and 2, not like this.
I will give it a second. I mean, the first issue, like I said, kind of didn't grab me, so I will give the second issue another shot. Wait, not Killer Frost. What happened to Killer Frost? In this story of All In, they are reconning Firestorm, so Killer Frost will probably not be a part of this.
No, she's not retcon. They were both one-time girlfriends, but I think Killer Frost, the current Killer Frost, is still a good guy and doing other things.
But probably not going to be a part of the story.
I have no idea. It's too early to tell.
Gotcha.
Next up, we got Green Lantern Corps, number 15. We catch up on Koger because John has been taken over by Parallax. Meanwhile, Sornik and Katma 2 are going to get him out of John. We learned that Sornik has been possessed by part of Parallax this entire time, and he's been making her relive the moment where she cuts open her own son to do an autopsy, son from the future. That was when she broke up with Kyle because Kyle's an idiot, just couldn't tell her.
Yeah.
But I mean, also, how are you going to tell the woman you love you're about to do an autopsy on your own future child? I mean, that's still not a great thing to do, but I can understand that thing. It's like, that's kind of messed up.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, inside John's mind, John is going through all the failures in his life, but his mom is also there because his mom is in the ring. But once the ring runs out of power, his mom is gone. Even though the ring can be recharged, I don't know if she was only limited to that one charge of the ring.
I hope not. I kind of hope she's a construct within the ring, but that's just me. I hope she's a living construct.
Meanwhile, on Bleat, Aya, Razor, some of the Green Lantern recruits, Kilowog, and Guy are trying to get the Compassion entity off of the homeworld of the Manhunters. Aya makes connection with the Manhunters to make it easy for them, but unfortunately the connection works both ways. So the Manhunter program has transferred itself into Aya's body, and that's going to run amok in the Interceptor. Oh no, it's a really good issue. A lot happens, but everything moves the plot forward. I really did enjoy the stuff on Koger. I also love that Sinister Sons make appearance in this too.
Yeah.
Sornik's half younger brothers in this, and it's hilarious.
Although John being saved by his mom, I hope she's living construct. I hope it's not a one-time thing. I really do hope she's a living construct inside the ring.
Yeah, that is kind of fun. Over in Marvel, we're looking at Black Cat 9. Black Cat and Mary Jane go through the Siege Perilous and wind up in the alternate past where it's the college years and stuff never just happened to Peter. So Flash Thompson comes back from the war with both legs. He winds up with Felicia Hardy, or he winds up with Gwen Stacy. Pete never gets bit by the spider. He ends up with Black Cat, and they marry and have kids. MJ pursues her acting career, and they live a full life until their late 40s, to where at some point Mary Jane and Black Cat are like, all right, have we both had enough? Because I can tell you're tired of being a mom. And she's like, it's not that I'm tired. It's just the kids drive me nuts, and I want something new. And Mary Jane's like, I keep getting passed over for roles by 20-somethings I've never heard of. So they go through the Siege Perilous, takes them to a bizarre alternate future for like a few panels. They jump through that, and for some reason, while traveling back to where they came from, Felicia is in her Marvel Rivals uniform for a split second. Which I did listen to the podcast, the episode I was not on there, and you guys were talking about the Felicia trailer.
Yeah.
It's Felicia Hardy. We know why she's in that outfit. Like, it's Felicia. She steals things, she's hyper intelligent, and she's got boobs. Even she's aware of it. She makes jokes about it all the time.
Well, I mean,
To the
yes.
point where she's even, what was it? The Evil Mendu by Kevin Smith, where Scorpio even asks her, it's like, how do you run with those things? And she just flat out goes, they act as ballasts. She is aware of her chest.
Well, true, but at the same time, there are guys that do kind of take it to the extreme.
It's
so
Marvel Rivals. Have you seen the thighs on those women?
Again, we also said we call it DOA. We call it DOA graphics. I'm sorry. We call it DOA physics. Sorry.
No one kicks that high except for DOA girls. We all know this to be true.
Yeah, so that's what we chalked it up to, DOA physics.
But, I mean, like I said, I was just very confused why you guys were talking about her outfits. Like, this is something Felicia would wear on a normal heist night. Like, nothing is actually accentuated about that costume.
Well, here's the thing. We sat there and said it's just the fact that it's going to get taken the wrong way. Because that was almost the same way, like, how Tracer in Overwatch got over-sexualized. Like, when she first came out, they literally went... It got to the point to where they stepped in and was like, look, it's a drawn character. It's not that deep.
Character whose ass got like removed.
Yes. They said they pretty much nerfed her ass.
Yeah. I mean, it's also Rogue. Rogue knows what Rogue is.
I mean, true, but that's all we were saying.
Which she doesn't have.
It's Bamo.
Okay. Because, I mean, we know what Felicia's sizes are. She's even said them herself. So, she's bigger than that, Bama. I'll just tell you that without going into specifics. Mm-hmm. So, anyways, yeah, back to the comic at hand. They wind up back in the negative zone vault. For some reason, J. Jonah Jameson is there. Honestly, I really enjoyed this because this is just a good, fun, goofy comic. And, quite frankly, all of Spider-Man is shit right now. This is no, it really is. Like, they're still on that whole death spiral thing, and it's just a complete train wreck. Venom is not good.
I have to go back and go read that with Spiral because I have yet to actually see what they're going with that. I may have to go back and read that.
Meep.
I mean, like I said, I'll give it a shot because me and
I'm telling you not to. It's utter dog shit.
I hear you, but I still want to see because there was a certain scene about Spiral and there was a certain scene about Spiral with a certain character, so I kind of want to see if it's true. But like I said, I'll give it a shot. I just know for me and Black Cat, I wish that comic line well. I just know it's not for me.
I know it's not for you, but I am still going to recommend it because between this and the next comic we're looking at, those are until Miles comes back in May. This is the best we got in Spider-Man stuff. This was also written by Julia Wilson with art by Gleb Mekhanov and Andreas Ginolet and colors by Brian Reber and Rachel Rosenberg. Next up, we got Web of Venom. This is written by Jordan Morris with art by Luke Ross and Raymond Ronson and colors by David Crowell. Honest to God, I thought this was going to be like in between stories or this was going to be Rick Jones with Toxin. This is actually Boomerang, and he's got a new symbiote just called Passenger who apparently crash landed in 1816 and has just been a head in a jar passed around labs and flea markets. Mm-hmm. And he just becomes this version of a Venom and breaks out the superior foes of Spider-Man being Overdrive, Tarantula, White Rabbit, and Armadillo, which is just his normal drinking buddies from the bar with no name. Also, Hawkeye is there, but again, I gotta know who owes somebody a sexual favor and editorial in the Spider-Man bullpen with Tombstone. I have got to know what you've got on this person.
What happened?
They keep inserting
Tombstone for this book too.
Yeah, he keeps getting inserted in multiple Spider-Man books.
He's the main bad guy in Black Cat. He's the main bad guy in this. He's also.
Well, I mean, Tombstone's supposed to have a part in the new movie. Maybe they're just teeing that up.
That's possible.
He has been a main bad guy in this book, in all these Spider-Man's book, for a year and a half now. We need to move on. I understand cross promotion. I do. Like, I understand that wholeheartedly. Mm-hmm. But someone owes somebody a sexual favor. Like, we are going full Eero Brockovich at this point with Tombstone being used. I understand cross promotion, but there are other low-level street villains. We can be using Silvermane. We can be using Butch Fisk. We could be using the Beetle. Could be behind this. Anybody but Tombstone right now. It just makes no sense to me.
You're not wrong.
Honestly, though, the book is not bad. I enjoyed myself with it. It's just fun and goofy because it's somebody goofy with the symbiote doing goofy stuff. The only reason he's Spider-Man is just to get through security at some point. Mm-hmm. And they even make fun of the fact that he has to do his own flashback. Like, the symbiote's like, we really don't have time to do a flashback. It's like, look, this is how I decompress. Yeah. And then when they're done with the flashback, even the symbiote's like, that wasted so much time, but do you feel better? It's like, yes. Yes, I do. So it is self-referential, which I do enjoy. I can say I'm going to give this more of a try. I'm going to promote it over on Laserprint, but this is just another fun, goofy book, which is still better than the current stuff we got going on in mainline Spider-Man books.
I'll just say it's something. It didn't really grab me. I would just say it's something. It may grab somebody else, so I'll just leave it at that.
Look, we only got a few more weeks, and then we get the next Miles book. So, next up we got Uncanny X-Men number 26, as written by Gail Simone with art by Luciano Bicho, and Matt Wilson is doing the colors. This is split into two storylines. First off, Rogue and Gambit are out on a date, stop a mugging, and it turns out the muggers are only doing this because they want to be part of the guild, the Thieves Guild, which Gambit nearly kills one of them over it, and Rogue has to step in. The woman they save says a word in Creole French, Calbet.
Yeah.
I think is what she says, and I have no idea what that means because I don't speak French, and let alone Creole French. Over in the X-Men thing, Jubilee is trying to comfort Nightcrawler because their first date with Nightcrawler's new love interest didn't go because of Mutina. Mm-hmm. Then the girlfriend shows up, but for some reason, like, Nightcrawler's just walking around the thing in his underwear, and they have a nice moment. Sure.
And nobody bats an eye.
No one bats an eye. Sure, whatever. It's Nightcrawler. We know why that's happening there. Also, the New Mutant kids get taken into a dream world where they are stand-ins for the New Mutants' origins, where everyone is like just reliving moments of, like, Wolfsbane is where Jitter is. Ransom is taking the place of Sunspot. Mm-hmm. I want to say Death Dream is in the spot where Karma is, and Calico is standing in for Cannonball, and Mutina is already there, and I guess she's supposed to be the proxy for maybe Ileana, but I would guess Ileana. Either that or Death Dream is supposed to stand in for Danny Moonstar. I forget who got kidnapped and taken to Tokyo. I'm going to say Karma because she's of Asian descent. Keep forgetting no, she's not Filipino. I think she's either Laos or Vietnamese. I forget which one she is. But yeah, and then it ends up with them being announced as the New Mutants, which only lends credence to my theory that this book is secretly a New Mutants book. But again, not a bad issue for me. I understand your hangups with this.
Mm.
You're not wrong. It's
a choice, but
because it's a New Mutants book.
No, I'm just saying it's a choice. But go ahead.
Next up, we got the X-Men, Uncanny X-Men annual one with Who Are the Regulators? This is written by Gail Simone and Nikki Kendall with art by Mattia Ionico and art by Francisco Montanero and Elizabeth Giannico.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I was super confused reading this book. Why was this not published in Black History Month? Because this is essentially the gathering of the first all-black X-Men team in the 1800s.
I still say because I think they didn't want to overshadow what they already had for that.
They didn't have anything for Black History Month.
I thought they did.
No, that was DC.
I thought Marvel did have something for Black History Month. I thought they did.
I mean, it was back in February, and I do not remember.
I feel like there was a Voices something.
There was a Marvel Voices, I think. There was a Marvel
Voices, but like I feel this would have had a bigger impact if that came out then too. Because like I said, this is essentially the Regulators is the first all-black mutant team sans Wolverine.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It would have been great for Marvel Voices, but I don't know. Like I said, I chalked that up to a decision that didn't make any sense, so I agree with you. I mean, it's a decision that didn't make any sense. I completely agree with you. It should have been included.
So the crux of this is Wolverine is going to track down a girl he was when he's spending time wandering the colonial U.S. Met up with her great grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to make sure I got the greats correct.
No, you got it. No, you got it.
And then we learn their backstory, which also coincides with Lady Henrietta from the book. And we meet up with Slaughter Freeman, who is a mutant who has 4 arms. Mother Witchfire, who has supernatural mutant powers. We know what Lady Henrietta can do, and she's terrifying. And then her great-great-grandfather is Michael St. Jr.'s, and to my knowledge, he did not display any mutant abilities. He was just a big dude, so I don't know if he is like Luke Cage or whatnot. We just know he was the leader of the group, but he never really did anything.
You just know that he's there. His shadow had a shadow.
Yeah, I mean, he leaves for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
I just wish I knew what his powers were. That way I could, say what they were. I mean, I dug around as much as I could, and his powers were leadership and coordination.
I was going to say intimidation, but that's just me.
But no, this was a really, really good book. And again, it made no sense why this was not in Black History Month.
Mm-hmm.
Transformers. This is written by Robert Kirkman, art by Ludo Lullaby, and colors by Mike Spicer. Remember how a while ago I talked about how he was becoming more and more unstable? Megatron was becoming more and more psychologically unstable and psychotic, and was starting to act like Marvel Comics' Galvatron.
Pretty much.
We're going to cross that Rubicon. We're going to cross that bridge. Megatron has another psychotic episode / Caesar to where all the other Decepticons are literally just ready to start a fight and contain Megatron the best they can. Even Rumble's like, he's going to kick our ass.
Yep.
Soundwave doesn't know what's going on. Soundwave's like, what's happening? It's like, he's having a seizure. He's going to kick all of our asses. We're just going to do the best we can to survive. Okay, everybody ready?
Yeah.
And in his mind, he's going through all the trials the Quintessons put him in. And we learned that Megatron has a matrix of his own, the matrix of oppression. But he has not been utilizing the powers because he is not given in to what it needs to be. He himself has to enter servitude to the Matrix, to the wielder of the power of the Matrix, which is actually Megatronus the Fallen. Yep. We also see the former leaders of all the Decepticons. Darkmount's there, the Triumvirate's there, somebody who is from the old G1, and I do not know his name off the top of my head. He was named recently, but I do not know his name. He looks like a Junkion.
The name escapes me right now.
Yeah, like I cannot remember his name.
Really now?
Kirkman killed off Bumblebee in the first issue. Where have you been? Bumblebee's gone. He ain't coming back. Unless like he comes back later on down the road. Well, they shot his mouth out, so what more likely is going to happen is he's going to come back as Goldbug.
Yeah.
Anyways, so once Megatron gives in, he wakes back up. Of course, all the Decepticons are just laid out across the entire ship of the Nemesis. Because as Rumble said, he's going to kick all of our asses. We're just trying to make sure we stay alive during this ass kicking.
To really sum up this, I summed it up. This issue was just him bending the knee.
No, this was him bending the knee so he could like use all the power of the Matrix of Oppression. To where he is like spikes, glowing crystals shoot out over him, and it's like, what's he becoming? Like Soundwave's like, what's he becoming?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Him bending. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This to really sum this all up, this whole issue, which again was good. But yeah, Megatron didn't want to bend the knee until he had no choice. When they realized, look, you can't go back to the trials. It's either this or the void. Okay. If that was the quickest, I yield. If that was the quickest bending the knee, I yield. It's like your two options are oblivion or serving me. That decision was made quick as all get out.
Now the question I have here is once he becomes Galvatron, because that's what's going to happen. Like he's going to become Galvatron.
Yeah.
Does he reformat others to become like Cyclonus and Scourge, or
that's a good
will
question.
we finally get the answer of who is Cyclonus? Is it Bombshell or is it Thunder or is it Skywarp? Because it is Skywarp. Don't at me.
That's honestly, I don't know if they're gonna cross that bridge. To be honest.
We just know he's going nuts, so that means he's going to become Galvatron.
Well, yeah, he's going to become Galvatron, but not knowing will he actually revert those to those he knows, that's going to be interesting.
Yeah. And then finally, the other book of the night we got is Muppets Noir issue 2. This is written art and lettering and main cover by Roger Landridge and colors by Deborah Kelly. Kermit is still out cold from being hit on the brick, and we are just in Muppet Dick Tracy, or as we now know him as Skip Minnow.
Yeah.
He goes to the Taylors, which are Wardo from Statler, the Swedish diner run by Swedish Chef. He is still palling around with Officer Aubert / Fozzie. We learned Bunsen and Beaker are running a secret government-sponsored laboratory called Really Bad Pies Bakery. Really, our pies are awful. Please do not come in. That is actually on the window.
Give me a second to remember that.
And he's still looking for Miss Piggy, who's just like in plain sight every single time. This was so hilarious. God, I love this so much.
It was a funny issue. I will say that.
It was so good. Especially where he's in the prison and all the Muppets' names rhyme with their crimes.
Yep.
Tafara, if you are going to read something, give this a shot. This was actually really funny.
So this is only the second issue, right?
Yeah, this is only the second issue.
How long is the run going to be, or is this only?
I think 6, 4 to 6. Dynamite doesn't do a lot of long runs.
Okay. Sure. Are you guys reading these online, or are you picking these up?
We're finding through means. Don't worry about it.
I never asked. Okay, if that's what we're doing, then
all I gotta say is find the flag, sir.
I don't have my straw hat. My hat and flag are back in Texas, but I can
I
acquire
did
the book.
also. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
You're good. You're good.
I did also look at Thundercats versus Silverhawks.
Okay.
People be dying in this first issue, like just straight up getting murked.
Oh dang.
Lino fights Quicksilver. It does not go the way you think. Bengali starts a fight with Copper Kid until he realizes he's literally a child and has to toss his hammer out. And that rookie Silverhawk we talked about that one time, Chromium, oh, he dead.
Dang.
Like, he is dead. And even like Copper Kid's like, no, it's an accident. Quicksilver comes down and just beats the shit out of Bengali, and Copper Kid's like, no, stop. It was an accident. This is not justice. This is not what we do.
Pretty much.
And then Copper Kid does something super weird and turns Lino into a kid again.
Yeah, that's I'll take your word for it. I have to actually go back and read that one.
Also, they are going to be doing a Mumra origin book.
Okay.
Called Mumra the Ever Living.
Oh, okay. I'm kind of serious.
I'm actually kind of interested because we actually don't know the origins of Mumra.
No, we don't. I'm
okay with that.
I'm gonna just have to wait and see on that one. I'm kind of curious.
Have we not had his origins in all these years? I feel like
we have never had his origins
at all.
Like, even in the 2013, we just know that he was a space warlord, but we never actually saw how he came to power.
I feel like because I was like, I feel like that the last serious attempt they made at a Thundercats thing was
the Wilfred O one in like 2013.
Yeah, which decent show. I thought we got a little bit more Mumra story in there.
We did. We learned that he made the planet Thundera, and that Monstar was one of his generals, and also Mako, or not Mako, but the boss squid from Tiger Sharks was one of his generals. So it was the only time that canonically tied Silverhawks and Tiger Sharks to Thundercats. No, Boss Hammerhead, because he was a Hammerhead thing. So yeah, that's as much as we learned about Mumra, but the book is actually telling like how he becomes Mumra, the Ever Living.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that may be worth looking at.
Good to know.
No, that's all the books. I mean, I just peeked at it and I'm like, wow, this is surprisingly violent for what it should be.
Okay.
Nice. Well, thank you for that, Joe. As always, with the comic pulls, I will say this before we wrap this up, guys. We do want to thank everybody that liked, that watched, that let people know our podcast is live. We certainly appreciate it. Shameless plugging, as we always do before we get out of here. I start with the man, the myth, the legend, Tafari TV, sir. Well, let people know what you're doing, where they can be found, and whose book you sign up for next.
Look, I didn't sign up for any books. I keep getting volunteered for shit, and she's coming after me again while you're being funny.
Oh dang.
Yeah, I've been texting me all week. You can find me. So am I. You can find me here at this name under all platforms, and mostly I've been on Tafari TV Gaming. For the most part, I am trying to get through Mario Galaxy while the hype is still here before Michael Jackson completely takes over. I think I'm pretty much in the end game because I have all the base stars, and now I just have to go fight Bowser, and then I think we collect all the stuff that's like now that you unlock Luigi's World, which I want to try to 100% both sides of the game. I have kind of slowed down on posting this week to kind of put everything into the airing of us hosting the Martian Blueberry panel, which as of now is live on the BlurredCon YouTube channel with actually a large amount of views. That is, I think, one of the better premieres that they have ever done on this platform. So appreciate it. We are still live on Blurred's Eye Tuesdays and Thursdays. We got to react to the cartoon over there, so if you can, please go check it out. Go like, subscribe, hit the hype button, because apparently that helps now that we have it. I'm trying to think. Main channel, I did my little goodbye video for Fire Force today, since today's our first of infinite weeks without it going forward, but working on trying to get some more funnier bits out. I've just been clipping things for this this cartoon that we're working on. So stay tuned. Also, if you want to go watch me struggle, you can watch me play Trees Hate You. It's a fun little indie game I found online.
That game is evil.
It's hilarious though, but feel free to go check it out. And then the dev retweeted my video of it too, which is hilarious. But yeah, but make the stuff. You'll never know who see it. But that is about it for me.
All right. Thank you for that, Tafari. Joe, you still with us? I see you kind of muted. So,
are you in the private chat? Did they just really drop a trailer on this? Oh.
Yep. But Joe, you want to let people know what you're doing, where you can be found, sir, and where they can find you? I think I just repeated the same sentence twice.
You can find me over on Laserprint. It is an unofficial Laser Time community-driven podcast where I cover comic books. That usually drops Monday. Still not streaming anything. I'm holding off until May when the new Mech Warrior 5 DLC comes out. I'm hoping we get a trailer for that. What else do I got going on? I'm currently playing Monster Hunter Stories 3 and that new racing game, which is the twin-stick steering game Screamer, which is just an anime racing game. Mm-hmm. So that's going right now. I'm over at Middle Tennessee Gaming all the time. Tuesday nights is Beyblade. I'm there Tuesday nights, Friday morning and afternoon, all day Saturday and Sunday nights. Playing a little bit of everything. Magic the Gathering, Cardfight Vanguard, Flesh and Blood. At some point, I'll learn Sorcery because we are getting that at the store. I got to play Power World at some point. Shadowverse. I will have to learn pretty much everything at this point and have at least one deck for everything. Then, here, I'm either at one job or the other. I have very little time to myself. I think Wednesday is the only night I'm left alone after working at the hospital. I'm so tired all the time.
All right. Well, thank you for that, Joe. Before I do get to myself, guys, again, we always do want to shout out APR TV. Why? Because Get Bit Podcast can be seen on APR TV. It's an app that's on the Roku channel, also on Amazon Fire, along with other shows you can definitely watch on APR TV. Definitely check it out. You will not be disappointed. Also, BlurStation.com. I keep on talking about Blur Station. It is a place for us. Movies, television shows, anime, you name it. $10.99 a month to stream on Blur Station. Blur Station can be streamed on all smart devices. And trust me, we will be at the next BlurCon with our live stream there. So definitely check us out next year. But definitely check out Blur Station now and get on board before you miss the train. Because trust me, once it's left the station, you will definitely regret it. Also, you can check us out on the YouTube page. At the GB Podcast. Literally type in the GB Podcast. We're the first thing that pops up. If you haven't already, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification button for any time we do go live or show gets uploaded or we do live gameplay. You can definitely check us out as we're trying to grow our page and community, guys. And simply put, we cannot do this without you.
I didn't realize our Furious trailer had hit that much. I've been playing with snippets, but okay.
Yep, 327 views. Well, about
as of that's as of today, but still. Yeah. But yeah, I've been playing with under the videos tab. I've been playing with just like shorter snippets for the shorter attention spans or for the fans of whatever minor topics or topics we talk about. I know that in the Kamen Rider video have been doing.
Oh yeah, Kamen Rider. Yeah, Kamen Rider definitely taking off. But again, guys, if you haven't already, definitely like, share, and follow us because again, none of us can be done without you. Also, check out Blurred's Eye View. Myself, Tafara, and the rest of our podcast brethren are always on there every Tuesday and Thursday. We're off this week because it's definitely his cat birthday, so definitely show Chris Fury some love. But you can go to the Blurred's Eye View YouTube page. If you scroll down, you'll see each of us there where you can like and follow us. You can follow Room Full of Blurs and her show every Sunday at 7 p.m. Geek by Heart with Laney and Jay as they cover movie and video game trailers as well as gameplay, as well as online streaming. You can definitely check them out. Tafara TV's second gaming channel, Tafara TV Gaming, to which he games modern and retro on a treadmill. He is the originator of it all. Of course, Us the Give It podcast, my other show, How the Frack We Got Here. Navy Montella, BlurredCon Speaks, who actually does dope interviews as well as gameplay as well. Check out Shoko as she does catch up with Looter Shooters, Lord of the Culture, as he covers everything Hollywood and comic books. And of course, Tafara TV, you can definitely follow them there. And last but not least, because they're not here, definitely check out Whoop-De Freaking Do and Fresh Pressed Nails by Z for all your nail needs. Now, as for me, guys, you can follow me, Black_Spartan615 on the socials. I usually talk to everybody, just don't make it weird. I don't get in the habit of blocking people. At the same time, guys, we will pick back up on streaming once your boy gets some time, because I still got Shinobi Act of Vengeance still burning a hole on my PS5. And of course, the Invincible versus beta is also downloaded. So I can't wait to actually stream those and show those out while we still get the time. On Twitch at Black_Spartan615. Guys, again, I can't stress this enough. Mental health is important. Please check your mental. Whatever the mind does, the body follows. Please take advantage of services and therapy that'll help you with mental, because again, if you are poor in your mental health, your body will follow, and that's what we don't want. Speaking of physicals, guys, physicals are great, but please make that appointment to go to the doctor. I can't stress it enough. As I get older, health is always important. So please make that effort to get checked out to prevent something from happening, or just give you that sigh of relief knowing that you're going to be all right. Also, guys, with that also being said, the rules of cons still do apply. Rule number 1, respect the cosplayer at all times. Cosplay is not consent. Please treat people like human beings. It's not that effing hard. This is more geared toward men respecting female cosplayers. Not to say that male cosplayers do not get SA'd or anything of that nature, but unfortunately, for a lot of our women in our cosplay community, they are not given the same respect by incels and folks with no home training. They are not your fantasies. They are not your princesses. They are not made to be your doll. Simply put, if you see a woman that is cosplaying, simply say great cosplay and move on. Be nice, have home training, or get stomped out. Your choice. Rule number 2 is hygiene. Soap, water, deodorant are all important, especially now that springtime is back up. And trust me, if you funky, folks will know. Again, water, soap, toothbrush, mouthwash can be your best friends. Again, hygiene is important. And the third rule that I have for myself, that I have for everybody else, be nice, be kind, talk, share, and invite people to your fandoms. Don't be a dick. And if you're going to BlurredCon, with the wrestling theme is for next year, don't dress up as any version of Hogan and you won't get jumped. That also being said, guys, this is the weekend. We understand that people want to wind down, enjoy themselves. Please be smart, make good decisions, go home and enjoy yourself. Nobody wants to be in jail over the weekend. That being said, we'll hopefully be back here, guys, next Friday, same Get time, same Get channel, with news of the week for you guys to talk about and enjoy. At the same time, fellas, any last words we call tonight?
Yeah, talk about it, share with your friends, go watch a clip. There's plenty of stuff on our channel now as far as what we dive into the show. So if you want to ingest what we talk about in shorter bits and whatnot, you want to get the shorter bits, haha, funny. Please feel free to go check those out. There's plenty on there now.
All right, Joe.
What Kamen Rider videos doing well?
When you went over
it was the Kamen Rider celebration where we actually went over the different clips and stuff they were showing.
Yeah, just you're covered in the Kamen Rider. Yeah,
yes,
so we
were talking. And go ahead, Tamar.
I was gonna pull it up.
because that's the one where we're talking about what they were having since they were going all in on Kamen Rider, having 2 new series and actually 3 new series. If memory serves me right, it was 3 new series, also a mobile game, if I'm not mistaken. So it was a lot that they were actually going in there. That's a lot we actually covered that day when that announcement came out.
Yeah, so Furious has a 300
The
views.
the TikTok I did is Pokemon isn't doing too bad either.
Nice.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be uploaded. That's gonna be uploaded to the page soon enough. I have it saved. I just literally need to have time. But with that being said, guys, again, thank you all for hanging with us on this Friday evening, probably Saturday morning where you guys are at. We still thank you guys for jumping on with us. That being said, I've been Spartan. He's been Show Guy Joe. He's been Safari TV. This has been the Give It Podcast for tonight, guys. Thank you all for watching. Please take care of yourselves and each other, and I promise we'll get through this. Enjoy your weekend, guys. Live long and prosper. We are out. Peace.